Jeez, Louise. How's it going, everybody? My name is Claire Fox Soul. How's it going? Oh, yeah. How you doing, man? Would you like to hear the story about anime Jesus? Apparently, anime-style religion is now a big thing in Russia. Along with a couple other different things, I guess we're going to end up talking about, like the YouTube issues going on, Dead or Alive 6, and we're probably going to bring up some stuff with the Vic situation from the last live stream, just because apparently there is a comment that I want to respond to, but I don't want to respond to the comment, I guess, over text. I want to respond to it pretty much vocally on a live stream, so that way if this Crit Mama it's in case that Crit Mama ever comes back and wants to see a video and wants her comment to be answered, well, I'm going to answer her comment for her straight off the bat. So, what's up there, Quante? So, without further ado, and I am going to be playing Dragon Ball FighterZ sometime tonight at the same point in time. I just want to get through a couple of different topics here, and I'm going to introduce you guys again to the lovely woman who is going to bring in the guest of people. We're going to start off before we get to Dead Alive. We're going to start talking about anime fucking Jesus, because I actually kind of find this completely hilarious.
Hello, darling.
That's if she ever decides to pick the hell up. Oh, great. I can't hear her. Why can I not hear her?
I don't know. Why can you not hear me? Do I need to continue to speak?
I can't hear nothing. Oh, no. Is my headset broken? Oh, no, because according to this, all the settings should be correct.
Can anyone else hear me?
Hold up. Hey, you are on the right. I'm on the right tracking here. Oh, I see what the problem is. Oh, I see what the problem is. Alright, you may speak, you vile creature.
Vile creature. You, sir, are the vile creature.
Yes, you are the vile creature. Okay, everybody else could hear you, but I couldn't hear you. Is our friend Caro available or not?
I'm asking.
Because I think we need to discuss about this anime Jesus bullshit.
So,
I'll be honest with you, you've quickly become my favorite. Well, how the fuck did I become your favorite YouTuber? Like, there's only 3 people here watching this shit, and if it's not about the Vic situation or something of appropriate value, nobody's gonna watch this. And that's actually, I think that's actually might be a pleasurable thing to be reacted to.
okay.
Because I totally want to bring this up too in this situation, and I'm going to do this in the beginning. I just want Caro at least available, because Caro's been following this with us for such a long time with the Vic situation, that I want her to hear apparently what the fuck's going on, like, from our last live stream, and like it doesn't seem like I can make anyone fucking happy about anything. And that's what's great about this. I don't want to hide a notification. I just want to go. Fuck it. I'm just going to go to here. Here. Come on. Load it up. There you go. Super fucking slow internet. That's what the fuck's going on here. What's up, Dark? Holy shit. I actually got that join button now? You fucking shitting me? I fucking did the paperwork for it. I got the join button. Holy shit. The membership button. Can't fucking believe this shit.
Yes.
What?
I noticed that yesterday.
That's probably because G and Vito's the first one. It's like, oh, well, you might get more people to do this kind of shit with. The fuck? Why hasn't her comment appeared?
No.
Because the comment's right here. Why is it? And it says it's on this video. I'm looking to see in this video, and it's not here. But I'll read it. I think YouTube's just being fucking stupid because it was done 4 hours ago. Oh god, that's a bad idea what I just did there, but oh well.
What do you do?
I enlarged everything, and when I enlarged one screen, I enlarged every other fucking screen, so that way I could try to make it look better on the live stream. Yes, I'm a moron in some cases with computers, okay? It's not that fucking absurd. How you doing, Kara?
Alright, I just finished doing fucking a 2-page essay.
Well,
but I mean, it's not bad. I had to review this German movie about vampires and shit.
oh, wait till tonight. You're gonna be having a review about anime fucking religion.
Oh, this ought to be interesting considering I'm agnostic and my background with my family is Catholic.
But before we get to that subject, I just want to read a comment that was given to me by a person called Crit Mama 4 hours ago, which is due to our last live stream, and I guess this is more based upon the Vic situation and everything. This is direct.
Which one is it about? Anime Girl or?
It's either about anime girls, but no, this is directly towards me with the situation of Vic and Monica and Jamie, which we're going to get into that topic also for a little bit and later in the stream. We're not going to get to because there's no real new interesting developments in that. It's just that I find there is something funny about the Pensacon because no one remembers that this weekend was Pensacon and apparently nobody got arrested.
That's good.
That's a good thing, but it's like, oh man, they didn't hold up to their fucking bargain on this shit. But no, I got this comment from Crit Mama who said there is a boy that died due to false allegations. I can send you the source. You are not sensitive, period. And I'm not saying that survivors are liars. I find you insensitive. Why is this person why is this person trying to be Sherlock Holmes and try to explain to me that I'm insensitive? I mean, I am completely fucking insensitive. This is who I am. I'm an insensitive bastard when it comes to certain subjects. Like, I am a person who gets facts and tries to think logically. But I got a comment on my YouTube video, apparently, from Crit Mama, stating that there's a boy who died to false allegations. I can send you the source. You are not sensitive, period. I am not saying survivors are liars. I find you insensitive.
I can't I heard this. I heard you read this twice, and I'm now confused. Like, what are you? Okay, he knows this.
Yeah, I mean,
what do you want? A cookie? What the fuck?
As his fiance, I'm gonna go ahead and let everybody know. Yeah, he is a very insensitive bastard. But he is normally right. Normally.
Normally.
No, I am 99.9% right. It's the only time that I'm completely wrong is in the fact of when I am driving and I miss my turn and everything, and you remind me of that. That's the only time you ever get to the point where you're correct on that is when we're driving. Otherwise than that, I am 100% fucking right, because here's the fucking reason why I'm right. Is I like to try to look at a situation in two different lightings and try to form an opinion from both sides of the field. Now, granted, during the Vic situation, I really didn't do this, so I'm going to constitute that as my 0.001% of failure, that I did not do what I was supposed to do in that situation. I just got caught up in the masses and stuff like this. But otherwise, I'm fucking always fucking right, and we're going to accept this fucking fact. You are going to accept it. Everyone else is going to accept it. I'm always fucking right. Don't fucking fight me, bitch. Don't fight me.
We didn't say anything. We're just laughing.
Bruh.
We're just laughing.
You're just lucky there's not another male testicle in this fucking chat right now. Because
I'm actually working on getting your another pair of testicles to chat, but
another pair.
Because if we want to go into insensitive topics, we're gonna be hitting one really hard right now. Before we get into Dead or Alive and the other fucking bullshit and everything, we're gonna get into the anime-style religious icons cause a stir in a Russian region. Okay. Now, if you take a look at the screen, you're gonna see the Virgin Mary and Jesus as anime characters. And you're gonna see, I don't even know who this guy is from an anime, but there is apparently going on. I would have to find the other article, but you could take a look at the pictures before we read this article and everything, that some people are taking like well-known, like Neon Evangelion people and stuff like this, and putting their pictures over religious icons. And it is starting a stir that is considered blasphemy and stuff like this. Like, social media account is starting to feature religious icons drawn in anime style, has reportedly ruffled the feathers of Orthodox believers in central Russia. State television city Ufa aired footage last week showing a local church leader calling the author of the icons ignorant. You need to ask them what they are crafting when they're doing this. And I'm not going to read this guy's name because I know I'm going to bastardize this shit so hard because I don't speak fucking Russian. The offending icons posted on a 5,000 member Orthodox anime icon group on the social media in mid-2014. The comments were ranged from innocent discussions of anime TV series to warnings that the author are in violation of Russia's infamous laws against sharing memes. So apparently in Russia, there is a law against sharing memes. I'm surprised they're portraying it as a group that appeared in the last night and have been up for years. Now, there is 2 articles to this situation that I have found. All right, this was one article, and I've actually posted this article before in our open discussion on the Discord server, and I'm going to get to it right now because the only reason why I'm bringing this situation up, I guess, is because I find it's kind of funny. Is because the same pictures are being used in here, and how they're saying that how aren't you ashamed? Like, they're telling this to the author who's making these pictures. Aren't you ashamed of making fun of holy icons? What on earth are you doing, folks? However, there were online commentators that believed that the new take on the Orthodox icons could be a breath of fresh air to traditional art. Now, apparently, in Russia with basically this leader of the church and everything, they're saying that this is like the worst fucking thing you can do. And there's actually people who say, you know, if you put anime into church, you might actually get kids to go to church.
Well,
I mean,
you're not wrong.
yeah.
You're not wrong.
They're not wrong.
What's up, Jose?
Jose, my Mexican brethren, the one I'm going to throw over the fucking border.
Hispanic, dude, not Mexican. What the hell are you getting at?
Mexican, Hispanic, Puerto Rican, doesn't matter. You're all getting across the border somehow.
Either way, I got you another pair of testicles.
I love my pair of testicles right here. I love my pair of testicles.
I'm also playing MKX to keep me busy.
Hey, that's nice. I'll be playing Dragon Ball FighterZ in a little bit.
I gotta make sure I have a stream devoted to Dragon Ball FighterZ. I still need to get the DLC.
You do need to get the DLC.
Yeah, because
I love that comment. In US, you share memes. In Soviet Russia, memes share you.
Put an anime in church was get them to stop fapping. That's actually beautiful.
So, Jose, we're talking about anime Jesus.
Anime Jesus.
Yes.
Jesus.
Yeah, basically, it's the most offensive thing apparently you could do according to Russia.
Watch, I'm gonna actually go ahead. I'm gonna copy this image here, and I'm gonna post this.
What in the literal fuck am I looking at? I mean,
it's anime Jesus and the Virgin Mary.
I'm gonna have a shit fit with this.
No, the thing is that some guy, I don't know where the original artist is at. I would love to find the account of the original artist who's doing this stuff. But the original artist, the original artist is doing this for kicks. Okay, the original artist, you know, I don't think the original artist is really doing this because they're religious. It's just taking heads of other characters, throwing them on top of this, and making it a religious aspect. And if this is such a big thing, that you can go to Chris Sabat's fucking Twitter over there and take a look at the top banner because he does the same fucking shit with the 12 disciples and Vegeta right there at the top.
Are you serious? 12 disciples of Vegeta?
Vegeta?
Yeah, look, I'll go to it.
Show us, please. I'm now interested.
I'll go to it. I mean, this is not the Vic topic. This is something completely different. But if you take a look at the banner right here, you have Vegeta right here. You have the Dragon Balls. You have the table set. You have Kuwabara. You have every single Yamcha. You have the characters he's voiced basically all right here. Piccolo and everything. And it's like...
Oh, that's beautiful.
It is actually beautiful. I give Chris Sabat that. Whoever designed that for him really did well. But apparently in Russia, they have banned memes and stuff like this. But people are, you know, actual people who go to church and everything are making comments such as, this is kawaii. And they put, I like how they did this. It means cute, by the way.
Well, that is expected.
This is the first time an Orthodox icon looks appealing to me. Looking interesting. This is looking interesting. I bet children will like them. Usually churches are associated with death and people trying to avoid them, but I think with icons like this, it would attract children to churches.
Again,
they're not wrong.
They're not fucking wrong. I mean, the churches themselves, of the Russian Republic of the Russian Republic is just going after this shit. Like, this is the worst thing that's ever happened. Memes. The artists need to feel ashamed of themselves for creating this, and it's like, you know, after looking at this, I was thinking about this.
I call it a bunch of ludicrous shit. That's all I can say on the matter.
It might be ludicrous, but the only thing I can think of is, you know what? If there was actually an anime that was, you know, drafted into the Bible, I probably would watch it, to be honest.
Same. Like, okay. Listen. Little Caro was honestly thought church was fucking boring until they made her go to fucking Sunday school. And that's when they actually managed to make her sit fucking still by showing her fucking religious cartoons, and they actually caught my attention. And then I was like, oh, this is interesting. I actually want to pay attention to this. I actually want to listen to what the fuck the Bible's about. Because they aren't wrong. Kids love cartoons, and then seeing this, they're going to think it's a cartoon, and they're going to want to listen. And cartoons usually have morals behind them as well sometimes. So.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Some of these fucking images, like I'm scrolling through right now, look so fucking weird. Like, no
lie, they do.
Like, I know this character for somewhere with the girl with the green slime hair here. I want to say that is like your girlfriend's a monster or some shit series like that. But it's like after looking
it might be.
After looking at this, it's just like, that is just creepy as fuck. But, I mean, the person who fucking did this shit is like, they do have some talent in photoshopping.
What in the tentacle hell is going on here?
I mean, again, we used to do this shit all the time back in high school for shits and giggles. We would mess around with fucking famous art pieces and just slap on characters switching the faces and shit just for fun.
I guess it's for the laws, probably.
Exactly, it is for the laws.
It is, but it is for a laugh. I'm sure all of this is for a laugh, but it's not a bad idea if you
legit. It's not. I would honestly watch an anime about the
Monster Masumi. Okay, that's what it's from. But the thing is like what I'm getting at is that like these pictures, then some of them, like this one right here, the one with the Virgin Mary and Jesus. The only thing that kind of represents this that I kind of like better than fucking Disney is if anyone, it's on Netflix. It is like Sinbad's Adventures or whatever, the magic series or whatever, and then they did the one with Aladdin and everything. Which honestly, I do like how they did that as an anime.
I'm reading the chat. Parker just said some rabbit holes never meant to be explored. This one of those. And that enough is like something advanced one.
Is this basically the same thing as the Christian Sonic the Hedgehog community?
Oh, don't even get me started with that. That's like a real shit show and a half.
But I was actually interested in this because it's like I said. I mean, in one sense, I guess if you're a Catholic, you're Christian or whatever, you would look at this and you'd be like, my God, they are making a mockery of our religion. And at the other hand of looking at this is like, I like some of these fucking pictures. It's like the dude actually spent time to cut it out, do everything properly, and
make it look seamless.
It looks pretty damn good, and it's like, you know, in all honesty, the person was just trying to have some fucking fun.
I guess you're right about that.
I mean, this is one of those situations where
the one with the eye patch looks great, honestly.
It does. That like the one with the eye patch right here looks really good.
I like it.
What?
I like it.
Oh, you like it? I thought you said you don't like it. I was about ready to come over there and slap you across the fucking goddamn face.
You don't do that to a lady. You have to show respect to said
Okay,
lady.
let me explain something to you. You see, you think she's you think she's a lady? You think she's a lady?
What my thought was.
That's the problem with well, not the problem, but that's the thing about anime. You don't know sometimes if they are women or men. You just don't know.
No, he's talking about.
I don't know that.
The thing is, what I'm about to say here is that my fiance is not a lady. My fiance is basically the spawn of the devil.
Shut
she devil?
I will come down there and poke you My pitch, don't even start.
He's gonna attack you with the
So-
pitchfork.
I mean, now you're starting to get an entire array of anime of anime being publicized. Russia's like, this is blasphemy, and then I'm from what I'm gathering in this article, they're trying to get Moscow, like I guess some kind of like court system, whatever, to I guess arrest this person for doing this.
All that just because of artwork.
That would honestly
Because it's memes. They're calling it
Yeah,
memes,
it's
and
memes.
memes are against the law overseas.
In Russia?
In Russia,
yes, it is against the law. So
you're
apparently
beyond the arrest for sharing said memes.
They get triggered too. These guys get triggered too fast. I swear it.
this Moscow now anime
Guys,
free.
we're gonna be all under arrest now because we shared the meme if we lived in Russia.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is when it comes down to this, I mean, serious to God here, like, holy crap. My fiance actually had a Facebook posting that she shared to me that is honestly fucking true. We live in a generation where almost every kid has watched fucking South Park, fucking Family Guy, The Simpsons and shit. Why the fuck is this generation? Why is this new generation so fucking sensitive?
I don't know.
It
I don't
is,
know what
like,
happened.
I don't know, man.
I feel like
Seriously.
people just like either gotten.
It's
like,
it's illegal in both, actually.
Bro.
Broken Wing. It's illegal in both, actually. It's illegal in like Russia. It's illegal in Britain, and right now, if I'm not mistaken, with Britain, they're supposed to actually re-vote on this to try to make it not illegal, because there's been rumors that I'm not sure if I'm gonna say they're rumors because I haven't seen no evidence of it, but apparently supposedly people have gotten arrested on from posting memes on Twitter and YouTube within Britain because it's against the law. And it's like, I don't believe that's actually happened, but it's one of the case scenarios of possibilities that people are just getting butthurt way too hard.
Russian police, put the meme down, Commander!
They just get triggered way too fast. They need to slow down and lighten up.
Oh, seriously, like
I don't understand. How did we jump from not at all giving fucks about anything to sensitive as fuck to even a meme?
I don't really know how. And that to me is worrying.
U.S. police. Yeah, we're a meme. So what? Right? Meme, you say? Where?
So I'm gonna ask the question to the chat, and I'm gonna ask the question here. If there was anime in church, or like an anime series, like your local public fucking broadcasting station decided, let's make an anime show for kids that is based upon Jesus, who gets magical Super Saiyan fucking powers and fucking goes out to save the world and dies and shit, and then we continue this series with all the way going down with all the stories of the Bible just told in fucking anime styling, just, you know, a little bit exaggerated, because you would have to make like baby Jesus, you know, have some kind of psychedelic powers and have him like shoot lightning out of his fingertips.
Exaggerated, maybe a bit of gore, because you know.
I mean,
It depends, but
I mean, if you really want to go down into like religion, if you want to go into religion and anime, I'm gonna be honest with you. There is one series that does have religion in it that is an anime that if you actually follow it, it's not like based on Christian or anything else like that. Actually, it kind of is, but it does do it really well. And that's the type of anime I would like to see. Berserk.
You and me both. Berserk. It's an anime that would literally make you get scared shitless. Yeah, because it's fucking dark, yet it's fucking good.
Because, I mean, look, you have video games that have religion as well. Like, the original Assassin's Creed series, the Templars versus the fucking Assassins. What the Templars are?
The Templars are like the guy that want order.
Right, they're underneath the fucking Pope. So, I mean, it's gone down the table, and now with Russia, it's like, oh, this is thing. It's like, this fucking world is just getting butthurt over fucking stupid fucking artwork that, honestly, the baby Jesus, such, yeah, I would love to see a fucking anime, call it fucking, let's call this religion anime Super Jesus Mon.
Butthurt over that?
Let's call it. No, I'm serious. Let's like here's my idea, my theory.
Super Jesus man.
Super Jesus Mon. And Super Jesus Mon, you go through the story where Jesus that's like right here with the Virgin Mary, this little kid right here, and he just grows up, and And instead of, you know, how Jesus gets crucified and everything on the cross and everything else, no, this Jesus stays alive, because when he gets resurrected, his body comes back. He gets wished by these 7 magical potatoes back to life. And at that point in time, he starts training. He starts training so hard, and he actually helps throughout the entire Bible story with Moses and everyone else. And he starts fighting like Egyptians and stuff like this with martial arts that he has learned from the secret ancient master of Dodikshu. And he's learned
Like a
Chidetsu.
cover copy of something.
I'm reading the chat right now, and this is gold. Parker's like, the only religious theme in 7 Deadly Sins is characters and named after sins. Yes, I watch all of 7 Deadly Sins.
I've heard of the 7 Deadly Sins. It's a pretty
Baby
good
Fox
man.
loves it. It's colorful. It's active. He loves it.
I don't like it.
Let
You
the
don't like
zero.
it?
Not
He
that
doesn't
I
like
blame you that you don't like it.
Top 10 anime portrayals.
Look, okay? Like I don't like that. And like, you see, like Full Metal Alchemist, I like Full Metal Alchemist, but I don't like Full Metal Alchemist. Like the series that I like, anime that I like, that like when fucking Baby Fox is going to get to a certain age value to where he's going to able to comprehend what the hell he's seeing, the very first anime he is going to watch is Berserk.
Berserk? Are you mad?
I just hear a fucking mic glitched out because he said that. What the fuck?
Serious question. Are you mad? Berserk is an anime that isn't for everyone. It's it's violent.
Okay, I can see it now. I can fucking see it now. Look, he's going to be, 5, 6, 7 years old. Mom, Dad, what's that purple thing, and what is he doing to Casca? That's what I'm going to fucking hear. Okay, I am not prepared for that shit.
The thing is that
you might be prepared.
The thing is that if I go ahead and start teaching him the values of everything now through, because let's be honest here, okay? Let's be completely fucking honest. When I was growing up, all right, and I was like 5 years old, and Dad got fucking cable TV. There was no Cartoon Network that had anime. There was no Toonami at that time period of my life. What we had was the Sci-Fi Channel. The Sci-Fi Channel on Saturdays would display anime shows. The very first anime that I ever watched, that I didn't even know at the time was anime, was fucking Vampire Hunter D from 1988. The original Vampire Hunter D, where the girl offered her body for sex in order to get D to protect her. There was like a whole bunch of, you know, adult related stuff. Now, when you get into like cartoons and everything else, like in future relations, you know, Thundercats, everything else, you know, it taught me life, it taught me death, it taught me sex, it taught me shit that, you know, that my dad didn't actually have to fucking explain to me. The way I got involved into porn when I was younger, I will fucking admit this. I had no idea what the fuck porn was until Dateline NBC.
Fuck.
Dateline NBC did an expose about whitehouse.com at the time, which has now been taken down. But when I was a kid, whitehouse.com, it showed that your kids who go to the library, like Chris Hansen or whatever, was like on the fucking TV, and he was explaining like, do not allow your kids to go to the fucking local library. And you know, they may end up, when they're trying to do homework, to go to the whitehouse.gov to get information about the president. These children will be tricked into going to the whitehouse.com, where they will see naked women that are dressed like cows. Do not allow your kids. Now, when I watched this with my parents, okay, and I'm watching this deep voice son of a bitch and everything else, the first thing that I turned to in that case scenario was the computer system, and the first thing I type in there, whitehouse.com. I just had to fucking see. I didn't learn about like porn or anything else from anything else except from a news outlet. From an actual news outlet. So you tell me, if I go ahead like and show my son Berserk and go ahead and do all this, how the fuck am I any worse? Where in reality, when I was growing up, the way I discovered porn was from fucking NBC.
Kids are too. They are too damn smart.
They're too fucking smart. The fucking thing is that, you know, Nowadays, they're too smart, but there's another problem with children of this day, in this generation. And
Or
this is,
typing intensifies.
Jeez, is it any wonder?
the thing is that the way we were raised in, like, for my age, I'm not sure about you two. You two seem younger than anything, but I was born in the 80s and I was raised in the 90s. And in the 90s, you didn't have the fucking censorship as you have now. And the censorship that you have now is the problem with today's society. Is in the 2000s, you had these people says, oh, you know, video games are bad for kids. You have TV shows is bad for kids and stuff like this. Like, you can't have this. That's why, like, you know, Toonami with anime is now fucking Adult Swim and stuff like this, because it's too bad, because it showcases death, blood, gore, and all this other fucking bullshit. Well,
Let's also not forget that Toonami was where back in the 90s, it wasn't always like that.
No, it wasn't always like that. I mean, the problem that comes down into play. Okay, well, you know what? Here's a fucking 90s show on fucking Toonami. Tenchi Muyo.
Ah, God, I feel nostalgic for those.
How many people remember Tenchi Muyo?
I do.
Who remembers that every single fucking woman wanted to get into Tenchi's pants?
A lot of them.
I mean, and the thing is that it's context. Like, they want to fuck him. They seriously want to fucking have sex. Ryoko was the #1 outlaw that wanted fucking Tenchi's dick. Like, let's be completely serious about this. Nowadays, kids and everything else have questions. Kids and everything don't have, you know... The thing is that I think with today's society, the problem is, and this is the problem, like, where I'm not going to let my son be raised like this, is because the way I was raised was I was treated as an adult in the household. I had a voice, I had a decision, I had everything. And the way is that there was consequences. Well, with kids nowadays, you don't have that ability no more. Kids nowadays, everything is all bad and medium. I will raise my son to just know what the fuck fiction is, and what to know what reality and fiction is. If he wants to watch fucking Berserk, I will sit there with him. I'll watch it with him. And then once we're watching, I will explain to him what is bad and what is good and shit like this. Mm-hmm. But he will get an understanding of everything and not fucking be demoralized to where, you know, because a lot of kids, you want to create a social path? I'll tell you how to create a social path. Make a kid go ahead. Well, you know what? Best way I can example this, and you know, there's probably just one woman that's gonna fucking get pissed off about this shit, and I'm gonna get fucking, you know, removed off of YouTube for what I'm about to say. Christian women. If you 9 out of 10 of a Christian woman who is, you know, follows faith, follows God really, really hard, is the most kinkiest and horniest fucking person to ever walk the fucking face of the earth. I've had this conversation before with several people, and it's one of those things to which, you know, daddy says you can't do this, daddy and mommy says you can't do that, and then all of a sudden she meets Mr., you know, big, bad, tall, dark, and handsome, and he wants to do all this shit. She just gives it up because she's never experienced this shit before in her life. Instead of shunning her from that shit, and instead giving her a proper education to better settle herself, it's one of those things to where sheltering our kids is fine and fucking dandy. Sheltering our generation is fine and fucking dandy. But in reality, what the fuck are you teaching them if you don't explain to them from a certain age level what the real world is? It's like, yeah, I had birthdays and stuff like this when I was a kid, but at fucking 8 years old, that shit was cut off. There was no fucking birthday cakes. There was no fucking presents. It's like, look, it's your fucking birthday. It's just another fucking day. When you get to be my fucking age, you're going to have to work on your birthday no matter fucking what. And you know what? I've learned from a young age that my birthday is only special to me. It's not special to the fucking world. It's not special to anyone else. It's special to me because it's the day I was born. And then when you get to that certain age level, I think everybody here is at that same age level. He's like, oh, God, I don't want it to be, oh, God, it's another fucking year. It's another year closer till I fucking die.
I'm not looking forward to June.
Yes, crossover. You're looking at Anime Jesus, where Russia does not like the fucking idea that someone's creating memes of religious icons by putting anime faces on them. And then we're getting into a conversation to where apparently people think I'm fucking crazy because when my kid reaches about the age of 4 or 5 years old, I'm going to start making him watch the series Berserk.
Well, I just want to point out real quick, be glad it's not a daughter you have, considering my mom didn't explain to me what was periods, and I ended up getting mine at 10 years old and freaked the fuck out seeing blood on me, thinking, yeah.
You poor baby. I was like 8 years old.
I legit thought I cut myself somehow.
let me explain this. If I had a daughter, everything I'm fucking saying would be fucking completely different. If I had a daughter, Mommy, Daddy, I'm bleeding, I would look at April, be like, you go fucking explain to her what the fuck the time of the month is. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to tell you the fuck right now, woman. What's that? When she turns fucking 14 years old, I'm gone for a week out of this month because you two are going to fucking synchronize. I don't need two fucking nagging fucking bitches in my fucking face. This is why I'm glad I had a son. Because you do not realize, if you are a man, you do not realize if you have never been in a fucking relationship, when a woman gets her fucking period, this is the moment where you need to stock up, okay? And I'll tell you what you need to stock up on. You need a baseball helmet. Actually, you need a fucking football helmet. You need that fucking grill. You need football armor. You need to have yourself a fucking trash can lid. And next thing you need is, the one of those hand picker grabbers. You got it. You hold it down and it picks stuff up. You need that, and you need to make sure you cut a hole in the door so that way you can send stuff in there, because you don't want to enter a fucking room when a woman's in her fucking period, because number one, she is going to fucking kill you. It doesn't matter what the
boxes of chocolates too.
It doesn't matter what the fuck you do. Now, honestly, I hate to fucking say this, but I got two women here who's gonna fucking try to put me in my place. Your period doesn't fucking matter.
Are you talking about the free tampon thing?
Yeah, I was about to say. I
don't think people want me to get into that fucking conversation about.
I'm not understanding what you're saying.
What I'm saying is that, okay, I'll explain this. We have a woman that works for us that you know very well that I keep bitching about.
Okay, so you are talking about that
situation.
No.
I'm not talking about that situation. I'm talking about something completely fucking different.
Oh, okay, so it's a surprise to me now.
It's the same situation. Every time she gets her fucking period, she takes off of work. When the day comes that she starts bleeding and it just starts pouring the fuck out, she's cramping up and all this fucking bullshit, she is taken off from work. Whereas someone like myself, during the weekend that we moved all the shit here and did all the stuff, I still went to work with a fucking bad back. And I still went go do my fucking job to 100% of my fucking ability. But because she is a woman and she is cramping up, she is allowed to take the fucking day off. Your periods don't matter. You hurt, you're cramping, that's fine. Take some fucking goddamn fucking pills. I know that they make this shit for y'all. Take your fucking pills and get the fuck work.
Okay. First of all, pansy ass motherfucker didn't want to go to fucking work. God damn. Really?
Yeah, she does it. She does it every fucking time. Like, we know when her time in the month is coming, it's because she does not come to work because when she says I'm not coming to work tomorrow because I don't feel good. The first thing I do is I look at my coworker. Yep, she's on her period. Great, this week's gonna be fucking bad.
Okay, sorry, my interacting retarded for some reason. What were you saying about the periods?
He's saying that one of his coworkers who is female, when it's that time of the month for her, she refuses to go to work.
Well, I don't do that shit. I'll tough it out. I'll just take a painkiller and tough it out. I'll be like, bitch. Okay,
don't they make this shit for y'all? I think I bought it for April once. Don't they make this shit called Myrol or some shit like this for y'all?
Myrol. Most of the time, that shit doesn't even work, to be honest.
I just take like ibuprofen, Tylenol.
Yeah, sometimes we may have a bad day. It happens, but
shit,
we got to deal with this.
Honestly, helps.
From the time we are between 8 years old and by the time a woman reaches menopause, which whatever fucking age that could be, in 50s, 60s, I don't know. Some women get it in their 40s. You know, we got to deal with that for over 30
How did we get here? We talking
years.
about anime
Get
Jesus.
fucking over it.
Well, I think the reason why we got into this is because, you know, we were talking about other shit, and then somehow this conversation got completely into fucking periods and shit. I am so sorry.
You were
And now
talking
we got
about
double
fucking
set.
Berserk.
And now, Berserk. And now we got a couple of sets of boobies on the screen. So now this is going to be changed topic to these sets of boobies.
All right.
The big old bitties.
This is what I want to. This is what basically everything's going to come down to that I want to discuss. Is I know April probably doesn't know much about it. I'm pretty sure Carl has no idea about it, but I'm pretty sure the chat's going to know about it. And I'm pretty sure Jose is going to know what the hell I'm going to be talking about, which is Dead or Alive 6.
You talked about it with us
Dead or Alive
yesterday.
6. I really
last
want to
night.
like perfectly do the game, but I'm torn about that. I really am torn.
There is a There's not a situation yet, and I'm kind of wondering why this fucking situation hasn't happened. I'm going to play a clip here. I'm going to play a fucking clip. And I want you to know, Evo of Japan actually had to cut the stream, apologize about this situation, because these two girls right here, as you can see their fucking attire, really didn't give two flying fucks about anything. They really went all out there. Like, I'm just going to play a couple of things from this. Like, we can still keep talking about this until I say, because... Like, I try to find, like, we had Dead or Alive Extreme Volleyball 3 that was banned from America due to social justice warriors, and then we have the new
Even if
developers.
Dead or Alive Extreme 3 would have been released, it was just bad.
I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. We all know what that fucking game was developed for. We all know what that fucking game was developed for. It was developed for the fucking guys like ourselves to sit back, that have no fucking girlfriends, no fucking thing like this, to go ahead and have a fucking bottle of lotion on one side and fucking goddamn tissues on the other and say fucking done. But I am expecting that this is going to hit somehow. I mean, I've heard that right now that there is some people that is confessing to this situation to where they are fucking pissed off because over sexualizing of women and stuff like this. Dead or Alive 6 has claimed since last year that they are going to censor and lower down what Dead or Alive 6 should be. And troll the entire fucking feminist community and social justice community, saying, go fuck yourselves, we got jiggle fucking physics still, and we're gonna add something else into here that legit to me was fucking the most beautiful thing. Let's just get straight into this fucking fight.
Hold on.
Wait.
Maybe this may give me a chance to play the
Shit.
game because
What?
I love Dead or Alive.
No,
It's
keep
just
going,
that
keep
it's-
going.
It's just it's not the same. Not the same that Itagaki left.
Oh, I know who you want to add into this topic. I see him in the chat. Like, I don't see
Marky,
that.
you
I
gotta
don't
add
see
me
nothing
as a
wrong with
friend.
this. I don't see what's wrong with this. I don't see what's wrong. Oh, you don't have to add him as a friend. I got him.
Either way. Okay.
Oh God, you guys sound like robots for some fucking reason. I'm just showing this to fucking goddamn fucking like Caro right here because
I got it.
No, I seen this. You guys, I seen it at your Discord, the screenshot of it.
I mean,
There we go.
I really don't understand.
Look at the beauty.
I don't
It's
understand why
beautiful.
Dead or Alive Extreme 3 was so well attacked and this is not being that attacked.
No, I gotta look it up why it was attacked. I'm gonna look it up. Why it never came.
Like, this is not being attacked, and like I don't understand why Evo of Japan.
Yeah, I'm reading an article. It says like, so why won't it be released in Europe or North America? And it was like months ago. There's not coming westward. Made it official, not be made. But you, at least with the Switch version of Dead or Alive Extreme 3 Scarlet, you can import it because no region protection.
Also,
There's
isn't
also-
Extreme 3 like? Isn't there like an Asia version that you can get?
Yeah, there is that.
English
with
subtitles,
English.
anyways.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the Chinese
Yeah,
version.
So like, it's basically a non-issue. It's whatever. I mean,
Yeah,
like
and I've also looked up
SJWs
an
and feminists, they didn't let it get official American release. But I mean, a lot of games that back in the old day that never got published in the West, you know, especially the Super Robot Wars series.
Oh,
like,
I know.
You know, they have Asia versions now, which come with full English translations.
I
need
the bras of the girls talking on the mic.
I could even get that. And yeah.
So you have some thoughts about all this, Matsu?
Well, I'll let y'all finish your points first, and then I'll unleash mine.
Unleash.
My point is that I guess is that from looking at all this with Dead or Alive, like I've just like got into this for a second because I was trying to see like why are some articles saying that Evo Japan was apologizing for this, and
he should not apologize. Fuck what those sexist fucks have to say.
I mean, Dead or Alive, to me, was always a game about fucking fan service with jiggle physics and everything else. I mean, it's not like it's a big fucking deal.
It's the only game that would do that. I mean, we have other fighting games that have, like, over-sexualized women or some shit.
Like, I don't see what the big fucking deal is about whether or not there's jiggle physics and stuff like this. I don't understand what the situation like. I mean, I guess with Twitch in a sense, because, you know, when they were streaming this with Twitch, I mean, you cannot show certain things. And these women were really fucking like, look at us, like pushing their tits and everything. But the game itself is not that big of a deal. I mean, that's what Dead or Alive's always fucking been. And I don't understand why feminists, social justice warriors, however you want to put it, would get fucking butthurt about fucking Dead or Alive Extreme Volleyball 3 bullshit and not get fucking butthurt over this shit.
That I don't understand.
Because
I to the constraints of like the DOA fighting series and leave out Extreme Beach Volleyball, because like that's like apples and oranges, to be honest.
That could be.
Not in the sense of the social justice warriors. I mean, people like.
Oh well, we can talk about SJWs later, but I mean, if you're gonna include them in this conversation, they're gonna ruin everything, right? That's pretty much a given. Okay, like that's pretty old news at this point. But since we're talking about DOA 6, just keep it to DOA 6 and like, you know, keep it within like the fighting series of the DOA series. Because like Extreme Beach Volleyball is just pure fan service. It's pure titties and ass, and people know what they're getting when they get that game, right?
Right.
It's TNA, dude. So what else is new?
So like it's not the new of the Extreme series. You know, it's not of concern about this topic. Like let's keep it, you know, within the constraint of this topic. Otherwise, we'll never finish this.
He makes a good point.
I mean, I'm looking forward to Dead or Alive 6. Like, Dead or Alive series, I've always liked it. And the main reason why I've always liked it was, I'm going to be honest, is for the titties and the ass. But...
Right. Like I'm pretty sure you've never actually looked into the core of it, like, well...
No, the only thing I've ever looked...
But you actually, like, went to play competitively, right?
No, I never played it competitively. Like, when it came to Dead or Alive 6, the only thing that I've actually fell in love with, in a sense, was the storyline, and did the storyline from Dead or Alive 5 kind of fucking threw me for a loop, like, what the fuck is this shit? Because, like, the way it was handled originally, I guess with, like, Ayane being, like, the half-sister of Kasumi and everything, and how she was demoralized, like, she was a demon because Kasumi's mother was raped and everything, and she was the product of that. The storyline of how Dead or Alive was what kept me interested in it. And... yeah, the boobies and the costumes and everything else was great. I mean, I never did like Extreme Volleyball or anything, but I'm just trying to figure out, like, with Dead or Alive 6, like, my topic on this sense is just, what is the situation? Like, why did the U.S. side, or like, from someone corrected me in the chat right here, was really worried about cutting the stream off? Just because of that part right there of Base just going ahead and eating, looking like he's eating out the in between the new character's thighs or whatever.
I mean, it looks awkward now, but anybody
I'm getting Dead or Alive 6 when I get a chance to see the game for myself.
I'm sure anybody that's really in playing the game will look at that and be like, okay, they're doing a power bomb, you know, fuck the world. But you know, if you pause it at that correct moment, it looks like a very, very sexual situation. And
I mean, it did, but I mean, it's not like I'm gonna get a fucking trigger to be like, sex!
So, like, April is at least saying that, you know, that part there is pretty overly sexualized, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, when you pause at certain moments, like, I remember...
Yeah, I was about to say, if you pause, like, right there, it's pretty much overly sexualized.
But 9 out of 10 times when people are playing the game, they're not going to pause the game right on that spot just, to get the lotion tissues ready on the side.
Okay, well,
Nobody's going to do that.
And I have not been on any of the previous calls because I don't really care on the previous topics. But so I know Fox, I know April. There's 2 other people here that I don't know. Well, I don't
This is Haro and Jose.
Haro and Jose. So Jose's the dude, and then Haro is the other female here.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Caro, yeah. Caro,
Right.
Caro is my
Caro or Haro?
Kara.
Caro.
With a C.
Caro.
Let's see. She's my side bitch.
Okay, cool. Okay. I'm Munsu, by the way. Nice to meet y'all. All right. So Fox is just wondering what the hell's going on with this thing. April agrees that it's pretty overly sexualized. Same goes for Caro, right?
Yeah, basically.
Hey, Jose, what's your stand on this?
The whole DOA 6 thing, I just find it pointless. I'll make sure I determine my thoughts on the game for myself.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so y'all done?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, get ready for this shit.
Oh, you go drop that knowledge down.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop the knowledge down on the ignorant masses here, because I mean, if I didn't tune in tonight, I probably would not have even done anything with this. But because I heard the ignorance, I'm like, okay, I gotta set some things right here. Because this stuff, I actually see both sides of the story, and things make sense when you look at it from the bigger picture. Okay, so it's easy to assume immediately that oh shit, SJW's feminists, they are just prowling, and freaking Mr. Wizard had to get rid of this. He had to cut it off. Okay, that's the easy thing to assume because since 2016 and since 2016 and moving on, SJWs and feminists have been ruining everything. I mean that's pretty much a meme at this point, right? And
right.
It's got some facts to it. So it's easy to assume that's the case here. But what people don't realize is this thing happened in real time, right? Mr. Wiz was the one that decided from his end. I'm not sure if he was even there on site or not, but he was cut off the stream right now when that happened. Because if you look at that, the original clip of when it happened, it's okay, they're showing gameplay footage, and stuff. And he didn't cut it off. I don't believe he cut it off when the chicks were juggling, right? He only cut off when it was at that gameplay footage. Am I correct in thinking that?
I believe yes. I believe that's what it is.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, for some reason, the girls with the jiggly titties that's talking about the game with the logo and everything. There was nothing wrong with that. But as soon as that part came in, cut the stream off now.
Right. Okay. So the thing with the girls, jiggling and stuff, right? It's not they literally had 2 hot-looking chicks got up there. Yo, go up there. Shake some TNA, man. Go get us some more stream monsters with that, right? That's not exactly why. They were actually up there explaining, the appeals of the series, which is, let's be honest here, shaking TNAs, right?
Right.
And, to really put that on display, it's well, these chicks, yeah, so it juggles like this. That's basically what they were doing. It's not they got up there and were hey, check out my TNAs. No, they don't need to do that. These chicks are well-known models within the Japanese FGC. Their models have been hired over and over for events like this. I'm not sure if they're still with, but they were with Razer. They might still be, but they're sponsored models. All right, people know of them. One of the chicks, she's known as Ass Girl. Okay, that's her nickname here in the West. People know her. All right. Pretty much everybody knows her from around the world. Hey, check out. It's Ass Girl from Razer. Okay? People know these chicks, okay? It's not they need to get up here to market themselves. People know what they're here for, right? So that's part of the reason why they didn't cut off right there. Now, so when it goes to when they were trying out the game, trying out the demo there, and the thing is, when Bass powerbombed Tengu, it's okay, if it just went through that would have been fine. But, they paused it right at the part where, hey, this looked like he's eating her out. Oh, my God, LOL. Oh, my goodness, this is pretty lewd. So, you got to look at it from Wiz's perspective, right? Obviously, for us people, for us players, it's yo, more TNA, he's eating her out. Oh, man, shout outs to respecting women. You can meme this shit all day. That's great, right? He's valuing her core values, if nothing else, right? Freaking even his females are totally fine with this and whatnot, right? It's this is probably fine. he's valuing her core as far as I'm concerned, if you want to mean about core values. But Wiz, he cut off right there because they paused it right at the thing. They rotated the camera. The thing didn't move on. They just kept focusing on that part. Why is this not good from Wiz's perspective? Wiz owns Evo, okay? You gotta realize that. Wiz, well, he's not the sole owner because there's also the Cannon brothers. But I mean, Wiz overall is like the face of Evo. So whatever transpires here at this event at Evo Japan, that's also on him. He's like the manager. So what you're gonna realize is like, when you see this, because that even though it's Evo Japan, it's still Evo. Evo is Mr. Wizard, right? That's his brand.
Right.
So when you see people, and what is Evo? Fighting game, just fighting games, right? The biggest fighting game competitive circuit in the world. Like nothing comes close. Like this is like a worldwide scale. It's known for fighting games, which includes Dead or Alive. Sure, because that's a fighting game, right? But like, is it known for like TNAs? No. And if you argue otherwise, you're a dumbass. You just want to,
It's
right?
not. It's a fighting game in general.
Now, are TNAs can be potentially part of these fighting games? Sure, because like I said, DOA has been part of instances forever. Sonic Fox bodies everybody like every year, pretty much. I think he only started losing every now and then, but like he plays like fucking 10,000 games. So this is how it is. But like the series has a actual competitive circuit to it. People actually play competitively. It's not just about the TNA. It's probably got some definite system. That's why people play it, right? If not, this game would have been dead a long time ago. Like TNAs would not keep it going this long, and they would have just settled on making Extreme Beach Volleyball forever.
Nah, I got a question here. Maybe you could shed some light. I'm watching this stream right now because I didn't get to watch it like completely in a sense, but I do have this question. Why the fuck are in Evo of Japan? Are they even bothering to do the standstill this camera bullshit and not actually showing like all the gameplay, like actual combos and stuff like this? Why are they only showcasing why was this a factor in this fucking stream?
I'm also confused about that too, because I noticed that in the other footage that you're showing on the live stream, they're also like they keep zooming in on certain parts of the models for some reason.
Yeah.
Like, is that on purpose or?
All right. So this game isn't out yet, right? It's not out yet. It's still a demo, right? Like just this week, there's like free demo that everyone on PSN Plus can enjoy, right?
Right.
So on Evo Japan, another thing to look at it too is like it's like a convention in a sense. It's like it's basically if you're making fighting games, or you're a developer and you're on the you're like a startup and you want to like advertise your fighting game, you want to be there at Evo, right? Like it's not just Evo Japan, it's just Evo in general. You want to be there because ever since it started being at the Mandalay Bay, it's been a much bigger deal for like game developers to advertise their fighting games, usually in the indie crowd. Like as long as it's fighting games, man, it's fair game, yo. Just be there to showcase it, right? And that's how Koei Tecmo sees Evo Japan here, because their game's not out yet. It's just a demo, right? So that's why they're there to showcase his game.
Right.
Now let me ask you, for like the general gaming masses that will tune in to watch Evo Japan, what would get more views and like clicks and hits? Actual combo footage and game mechanics, or fucking TNAs?
Definitely. Hey.
TNAs, right?
TNAs.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's the whole point.
Yeah. That's how Koei Tecmo sees it. I'm sure that's what they told these two chicks to do as well when they have their hands on the controller, right? That's why there's so much emphasis on this. They need this to sell. They're here to sell their game. This is the best way to do it, right?
Right.
Right.
So that's why they did it. Now, Mr. Wizard, pretty sure he wasn't like informed of how this is gonna go down. I'm pretty sure Koei Tecmo didn't tell him like, okay, Mr. Wiz, we need to showcase our game, DOA 6, we want to get more people into it. And we're gonna pause at so-and-so spots when the teenagers are really at their best, shining and glowing and sweating to show off the freaking sweat design that we've been cranking so many hours into. We want people to see that, right? Because that's what people really want. I'm sure they didn't have that talk with Mr. Wiz, because if they did, he would have been like, no. Because back to Mr. Wiz, Evo is the brand. It is a huge brand with lots of legacy and prestige, right? That didn't really run on TNA, at least not yet. And I don't think he plans to have it be that way either. You know, like there's been like, you know, because ever since Street Fighter V came out, this is slightly off topic, but like Punk, one of the top players who plays Balrog, I think, he said in this one interview, because there's been a lot of like invitational tournaments, right, for Street Fighter V for like years now. And, you know, they only invite, you know, special top players, right? Like, not anyone can join. Like, only if you're well recognized, you're good, they invite you to play in this, you know, top 16 program or something like that. And it pays a lot of money because, you know, it's actually televised and all that stuff. It's very professionally well done, high production. You win a lot more money if you win one of these things than Evo, actually. You know, like, that's actually facts. But Punk actually said in this one interview that, like, you know, these invitational, you make good money and all. You make more money and all. But, you know, I still want to win Evo more because of the prestige. Winning Evo, the Evo stage in Street Fighter V, is a much bigger deal to him as a competitor than winning these, you know, smaller invitational, like, you know, high-level players club thing. See, there's a lot of reputation behind Evo as a brand. And that's why when Wiz saw this shit, you know, yo, pause that shit, rotate that camera 360, let's see some more TNAs. He's like, this looks bad. Yo, we gotta cut this shit off now. This is not what Evo's about. Right. He said, you know, hey, I did that. I'm sorry I did that because I don't think this represents the core values of Evo. Now, yeah, that's very easy to meme on because, hey, every player, gay or not, they're like, yo, let me see some more of those TNAs. I'm about that. Nobody hates that. But Wiz, you gotta look at it from a business point of view, right? So it makes sense. So you can't be showing this shit.
So in the sense from what I gather here, like Evo Japan with Tecmo and everything, it's like the best way to sell the game is through these screenshots to fans because that's how we're going to get the most viewers for this stuff because we're going to start up a controversy in the sense. Whereas someone like Wizard who actually owns Evo is like, oh shit, this is not how I want to represent my company. But he had no control over Evo of Japan at the time of this situation.
Yeah.
So basically,
so
it's like
he basically had to call him like, yo, cut off the stream right now. Executive order. Cut off that shit right now.
But I would have figured that someone like Tecmo, even though these screenshots and stuff like this would sell the game, I mean, like the most controversial part right here, which is on the stream right now, which is of Bass go ahead and eating Tinku here out or whatever. It's like, why would they even want to display something like this as the company? Because wouldn't that, in a sense, like, with everything that they had to fight against with Dead or Alive Extreme Volleyball and everything else, because the social justice wars, like, it's all about, you know, the titties and the ass and the TNAs all over and over again. This is just basically like what a kick in the face to the social justice warriors and stuff like this. Like, look, we're just gonna have this.
They care that if it's a kick in the face to the SJWs and feminists?
No, I don't think they care at all. But I'm just saying.
Yeah,
I mean,
perfect. And like from this whole fiasco, even though like there was like the cutting stream and everything, the whole thing, what resulted from it was overall just great to Koei Tecmo because I'm sure they got hella more sales than if this thing never happened, right? They got hella potential sales, pre-orders to this game because of all of this.
I'm guessing it's one of those situations where it's like good or bad. Reputation's reputation. You're getting a rep and you're getting more recognized.
Yeah, like at the end of the day, recognition, like their individual brand recognition, in this case Koei Tecmo's, is a lot more important than what actually transpired. And in the end, you know, people recognize their product more, and more people are going to get it now because of all of this. So in the end, the only people that kind of lost in this whole transaction was Wiz and the Evo brand. Just a little bit. It's not even that much.
I mean, to me, I mean, the pause thing, yeah, for comedic value, because like Nightbat 1 pretty much sums it up like this. You know, looking at this at a comedic sense, it's fucking hilarious. But the fact that it was done unironically is disgusting. I mean, the thing is that, yeah, I mean, I understand, like, they probably sold this game tenfold by doing this. But looking at this live stream, I really don't see anything with the game, but except for like 5 seconds of actual fighting, and then boom, screenshots. Like the thing that, as a person who would actually buy this game, I mean, it's great to see tits and ass, I guess, but at the same point in time, I mean, I would have liked to have seen more of like actual matches for a little bit.
That would have been nice, yeah, but
because this entire live stream, this entire like 30 minutes.
Would you say for the audience that we're watching, would you say that showing more of game mechanics, combos, actual, gaming of the game itself, would that have been better than what they showed on stream instead? In terms of what the majority of the audience really wanted?
I see your point. I see your point on that, but at the same point in time, I mean, I guess in a sense, like Tecmo's just saying, well, we got trailers for that, but in this sense, we're just going to try to showcase like this. Like, I mean, I see your point, but I just don't understand why. Like, it was just a tactic. Just
why Wiz cut off the stream, or why Koei Tecmo did the things they did?
Like, why Koei Tecmo did the things they did? Like, I understand it's just to sell the game, but at the same point in time,
they're a company that made this product, DOA 6. They want to sell their product, right? They want to get attention, from the masses. Like, hey, get our game, pre-order our game right now. And this is why. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, they did it right. They were successful, right?
It almost makes
they were.
They were, but at the same point in time, it makes it to where they're trying to sell it for just this factor. Like, you could take screenshots of certain spots, and you can zoom in on the ass that you want to see the most of. You don't actually have to play the game, and it's like it's trying to sell it more for that case scenario, like softcore porn, I guess you want to say, rather than actually what the game is designed for, which is a competitive fighting game that hits the circuits. And I mean,
right? Okay, sure.
So, to me, honestly, like the live stream itself, I'm like, this is, I guess, my point of view in this is that even though this is Evo of Japan, it still should have had more of a professional manner. Like, to me, this doesn't feel like this was done professionally. Like, this was just done just to do it as a stunt and be like, let's just hope that we start controversy, and that's it.
For sure, yeah. Because if you actually look at more, like, up until this thing at Evo Japan, SJWs were all over Koei Tecmo's case, like, oh man, like the series has always been known for showing too much TNA, man. Just where's the integrity of like a fighting game and all, right? Now, I mean, to be fair to Koei Tecmo, I mean, they've always had, like a deep fighting game system deep down. It's just, people were just distracted by a TNA. But in my opinion, the people that only saw the games as TNA, those people would never get into the deep parts of like the core game mechanics anyways as a fighting game, if that's all they see. Now, if you take a look, if you ask someone like, say Sonic Fox or like the numerous other competitive players of the series ever since its inception, it's like, yeah, they recognize the TNAs, but I mean, when they see all this stuff at Evo Champion, they'll definitely think it's very funny. They'll laugh at it, but guess what? They're definitely still gonna get the game. They know what they're getting the game for, and it's the fighting games part, right? They're not getting it for the TNAs. I mean, that's nice, but that's not the main reason. So it's like the people that are going to get it for fighting games, that's already a given. Koei Tecmo doesn't have to sell that to them. What Koei Tecmo has to sell it to are like the casual masses. It's like, hey, why should you casuals get this game? Here, check this out.
What will not matter?
Basically it. Now, like, in the perfect scenario, right? Like, I'm pretty sure what Wiz would have wanted, like if he were for how things unfolded, that would have been fine. It would, like, everything was shown just fine, right? With the exception of the pause and all the camera circling, right? If like the thing just went on, like if they were just still just pressing buttons, mashing it out, having characters hit each other and boos were juggling, whatever, right? But if there was no pausing and emphasis on that, Tengu getting her core valued. That's the way to put it. It's
That's
like,
a way of
if that
putting
didn't
it.
happen, this whole thing would have been peachy.
Yeah.
But, you know, that happened, and Mr. Wiz had to do what on the spot he thought was like, you know, the best option for the brand. And that was like, yo, cut it off. And issue an apology. Like, as far as I'm concerned, on both sides, they did the correct things in terms of like, you know, of what was best for their brand. They made the right call. Koei Tecmo needed to sell this game to as many people as possible. Wiz preserving the integrity of the Evo brand. Like, as far as I'm concerned, they both made the right calls.
Now, when it comes down to these two girls, I'm just noticing they're not actually playing this game. It's some guy that's right next to him that's playing this game that's doing this on purpose. But I heard from a person, and I don't have no idea about these Japanese models that's on here. I just saw one spank the other one in the ass on the live stream while the other one was then pointing at the fucking titties and just trying to make this logo. But I did hear that from one person that how he explained to me is that what the models did was completely not scripted. Like, it was not what they were supposed to do at all. That the entire situation of what they did at this event for Evo, because I guess what you call Ass Girl is the one that was told about. She does this shit all the time, to which they tell her you're not supposed to do this, but she does this anyway, and they just had to go along with it.
Yeah, I mean, I think in this video, the guy on the left with the glasses and holding the paper and the mic, like, I'm pretty sure like he was like also like, oh, this is kind of bad, but I can't exactly tell him to just stop it on stream because, you know, that would look bad as well. So I can only like just let it rock. But you can tell he's deep down. You can tell he's kind of like, this is kind of bad. Oh, she's off doing her thing again. Fuck. You know, like, you can tell he's like of that mindset as well. Because I recognize this guy. I don't know his name, but I recognize him at like pretty much every major Japanese, you know, fighting game event. Like, he's definitely like one of like the higher ups, you know, like recognized figures.
Oh, Parker, you don't have to leave for that. I mean, you made a joke, even though it was a little bit bad or whatever, and people didn't like it. Doesn't mean anything, man. Say what you want to say. Freedom of speech,
like,
man.
Overall, yeah, this thing could have been a lot worse. But, you know, Wiz made the right call, made an apology and all that shit. Koei Tecmo's definitely making more potential sales. And for the rest of us, what do we get? New memes for 2019. Core values. That's, you know, what more could you ask for? This whole thing was great. Kind of sucks for Wiz, but, you know, as far as I'm concerned, because he did what he did, the Evo brand will be just fine. They're not gonna, like, you know, lose really any investors and stocks and shit.
I don't think they would lose any investors at all in this. So, does anyone have any kind of questions for Monsu about this situation?
Throw them at me. I'll destroy them all. But as far as I'm concerned, like, this thing was like pretty cut and dry. It's like there's nothing to really like argue about it, right? Everything happened, everything like wrapped up. It's like, hey, seems pretty good to me. We got core values, like probably like the best FGC meme of like this year, and it's only February, right? We're just starting out here.
Yeah,
where you got core values meme.
Josh is asking, did she also work for Razer?
Yeah, like, I don't know if she still works for Razer. I mean, I didn't look that up. I mean, I just, and like, I don't even recognize the, like, man, I can't even tell which one is Ass Girl, but like,
Ass Girl, if I'm not mistaken, is going to be the one on the left side of the screen, because in the beginning of the live stream, there's the one that they kept panning into the ass of the camera.
Okay, but yeah, like, yeah, I only recognize her. I don't even recognize the other one. But yeah, I don't know if they still work with Razer. They probably still do, because it's not like Razer's got like, you know, like oh man, we can't display TNAs. I mean, they've had these two girls on before, you know, when like there's this one pretty memey picture from way back when with like these two and Fudo, the Street Fighter player. I mean, he plays a lot of other things too, but yeah, it's like it's a picture of him just sitting on the chair in the corner, just looking all like socially awkward and shit. And then there's these two girls just like in the front of the camera in the corner, just, you know, taking like a selfie. And there's the three of them in the picture, and, you know, it kind of gives the impression of like, you know, oh man, look at Fudo, the socially awkward virgin gamer. Look at his hot girls, LOL. Like, kind of gives off that vibe, right? But yeah, it's like, I'm pretty sure most likely they're still working with Razer. Because Razer just sells apparels and stuff, right? It's not like, you know, they have like decades of like prestige FGC stuff they gotta uphold. So
And I know
they crank out good products. Their sticks are well praised. It's pretty much all that matters.
True. And I mean, I'm going to say like this for the chat, because the majority of the people I know is not no competitive players at all or in any regards for Dead or Alive 6. My question is, did this game, I'm going to ask like this, did the tits and the ass in this game actually just sell this game to you more than anything? Because, I mean, like I said, I mean, the only thing that gets to me, I understand that your point about this game, like this is what's just sold Dead or Alive 6 to a masses. It's just the TNAs, the tits in the ass, the controversy and everything. But even with Evo of 2000, with Evo of Japan over there, the thing is, I would have figured that they would have had on the show floor right there, I guess, more of a sense, because I mean, doesn't Japan in a sense also shun this kind of stuff too?
No, Japan only shuns violence. In terms of sex and whatnot, oh, Japan welcomes that shit, dude.
Japan has different standards compared to the U.S.
Very different.
While in America, it's the opposite, right? It's like we condone lots of violence and, like, you know, entertainment and media, while, you know, sexual stuff, it's like, oh shit, gotta protect the kiddies.
Yeah,
it's literally completely.
This is very little. They are literally very contrasting. I remember I had to study a bit about Japan's culture, and it's mostly the violence that they're against. The sex, they don't really care.
It seems like that for a lot of countries, to be honest.
And also, if anyone's gonna bring up like, well, then how come all their porn are censored? Well, blame freaking white. I forget it's either Christian or Catholic priests, but they're the one that were the original cause of the censorship thing. And Japan was too lazy afterwards to change that. But basically, the TLDR for like Japan porn censorship is blame white people. And that's literally all it is.
Pretty much, yeah.
It's pretty much what saved the franchise back then. So, Jim's basically say the tits in the ass is what saved it.
More like it saved the company, as a matter of fact, because Tecmo was in financial trouble before Dead or Alive.
I didn't know this.
I knew about it because there was an old G4 show called Icons that focused on Dead or Alive.
Okay.
Have a good night, Quante. So, well, thank you for putting that into perspective, Matsu.
Well, this is actually fighting game related, so I at least have some knowledge of it.
I have to say, you really informed us on this.
If I don't jump in, this whole podcast would just like devolve into like, oh man, blame SJWs, blame feminists. I bet they were like hounding Mr. Wiz on the phone to make him cut this stuff off. And it's like, I'm pretty sure that's not the case.
Probably it is.
Very sure it's not.
But at the same point in time, I'm pretty sure with Wiz, when he first saw this and when he cut the stream and everything, that's probably another thought is like, we need to appeal to not just like social justice wars. In his mind, it was two things. Number one, the fucking advertisers and the people who pay to go to Evo and stuff like this. Like, that's not how he wants Evo to be situated. He doesn't want Evo to look like it is catering to, you know, tits and ass. But at the same point in time, I'm pretty sure he also did the apology and everything else to prevent any kind of backlash from any kind of feminist and social justice war. So it was a complete damage control on his case that he had to do, no matter what.
Yeah, damage control is basically all it is. And like another way to look at it too, in terms of like, you know, when Wiz tried to explain his reasoning being core values of the FGC, it's like, you look at Evo, right? I mean, it's like it's not just some it started out as like a grassroots event, right? You know, like they just rent some venue, you know, 20 some people, and then kept growing and growing and growing over the years, became something huge, right?
Right.
But like Evo is no longer, it has origins as a grassroots, but it's no longer a grassroots event. It is very much esports now, which is why at Mandalay and all that stuff are like, what, 3 or more years running now?
Right.
Venue fees are freaking expensive. I remember the day when venue fees were like $20, and then, you know, like another $10 per game. So I was like, if you want to go to Evo for like one game, $30, easy, cheap, right? And like the venue had free parking. Oh man, those were nice. Also, I remember when Evo it was free for spectators. Oh, that was nice too. Nowadays, ever since they went to the Mandalay, spectators got to pay like, I want to say like 30, 40 bucks plus for like the whole weekend or something. It's like, yeah, I mean, like production values are really high now, but you know, what do we get from that? We get really nice streams to watch. You know, that's a good that came out of this, right? And it's not like we're stuck watching freaking 360p streams, you know, because that would have been the case way back then. But you know, more sponsorships, things gotta be more professional, right? Keyword professional. Now, would you say that, you know, camera shot, Bass eating out Tengu, and then, you know, camera pan and rotation and shit, was that professional of something that Evil is up to this point?
No.
No, it's not. That's why he cut it.
Well, in the same point in time, I mean, I wonder if someone in Evo Japan got reprimanded or anything for this kind of stuff, because I mean, even though even though this was Evo Japan, I mean, doesn't Wizard have a say of what happens if it's his brand?
Wait, say that again?
Well, what I'm saying is, Evo is Wizard's brand. It's his company. He is the sole discretionary person. Would someone have gotten reprimanded or something for this situation, you think? I mean, even though it's in Japan, it's still a representation of Evo in general.
Like you're saying, because of what happened, what transpired, you're saying like would someone in the Evo side would have been fired, you mean?
Yeah, I mean,
I don't think that's the case, because like I'm pretty sure like everyone from the Evo side of things, you know, Wiz and whoever was manning like the stream station, all that stuff, like I'm sure none of them had any idea of what was going to happen from Koei Tecmo's presentation. You know, so if Wiz was going to blame anyone or was going to have a talk with anybody, you know, post Evo Japan, like some staff meetings, like, you know, talk with Koei Tecmo people, really. What are they going to do? Fire Koei Tecmo? No.
No, but they'd probably be the type of company that would try to prevent like Dead or Alive from
No way.
Even though I don't think Dead or Alive would ever make it there, they would just try to prevent it from going like an Evo tournament, you know? Like, it would just be like, okay, when games are announced...
Oh, you mean like because of what happened here, Evo or like Wiz would make it so, you know, DOA would not make it in this year's main lineup, if not ever, you're saying?
Like, yeah, because of...
I mean, that could happen. I mean, Wiz has been known to be petty enough to do such things. It's happened before. I can't think of the top of my head, but historically, in the more than a decade that Evo's existed, I mean, it has happened. It can happen again. But like, he's also gonna be like a businessman, right? It's like, if this fiasco could bring in a shitload of players, shitload of entrants and attendees to Evo 2019, you can bet your ass will put in the main lineup. If that were the case, like, he will put his, you know, petty, you know, reasons behind him if it's gonna, like, you know, bring in like the freaking tickets. So like, I'm thinking it's gonna be a problem. And like, then again, I don't think DOA has ever made it as a main lineup in Evo. As far as I'm concerned, I don't think it's ever did.
I don't think it's ever has either.
Yeah, I don't think it's ever made it. So, if anything, this thing right here could get DOA in the lineup this year. Like, it might be his best chance this year, if anything else.
I may consider giving DOA 6 a shot.
Yeah.
The only reason why you want to give it a shot is because of the tits in the ass.
Yeah, pretty much.
And like, is that bad? Is that bad, Fox?
I guess.
Are you saying that's a bad thing, Fox, to Jose? Who are you to say why he would buy and play DOA 6? Who are you to say what's right and wrong?
Yeah.
How dare you, Fox?
I was just making a joke out of it, but I understand your point. I mean, I mean, it's as simple as it is. I mean, if it brings in more casuals, you know, to buy tickets to go to the event to go watch a game, I mean, that's more money in Wizards' pocket.
Yeah.
That's more money in Tecmo's pocket, because that means that people like Jose, who's only there for the tits in the ass, is going to buy their game.
Yeah, he'll buy the game, and he might even go to Evo. Just because, you know, like, you know, like, basically, if from this thing, if DOA 6 gets put in the main lineup of Evo this year, Jose might even go there, where he might never go for any other reason. But he's like, oh shit,
Exactly.
this game just came out. Man, it's gonna be an EVO, the most prestigious fighting game tournament in the world in Vegas. Oh man, I want to go now, right? Just look at all the positives from this thing, right? And at the end of the day, guess what? Shout out to Koei Tecmo for like totally just totally like tricking the SJWs and feminists for like this whole time, because you know for months leading up to release of this demo and this presentation Evo, they're like, you know, like, oh yeah, we're gonna like make sure the girls wears more clothes and layers, you know, we're not about the TNAs anymore, we're just about the core fighting game, right? And look at what we got now. If you even got that demo, which I got last night, I look at all the outfits, like, oh shit.
No, I haven't got it yet.
Everything is unleashed. All the pretty much all the outfits were there. All the revealing ones were there. Or like, oh hell yeah, Koei Tecmo, you didn't give a shit. You just lied to the SJWs, and now you're like, oh, check it out. I'm like, shout out. Shout out to Koei Tecmo. That's the thing. You gotta fight against them like this, right? You just bait them and thinking, oh yeah, you know what? You guys are right, man. We should put these girls in more clothes. You know, the game is an actual fighting game. We're not about the TNAs, right? We're more than that.
We're gonna bait and switch them.
The TNAs. Let's put all the clothes on, right? And now we're like, oh man, all the psych, all the TNAs. Like, that's good stuff.
Bait and fucking switch.
Yep.
Well, I do appreciate your insight. If there's any questions that for Matsu to go ahead and destroy about any of this, by all means, anyone in the Discord or in the chat, please feel free to go ahead and ask that shit, because, I mean, now you've put it into perspective, and, you know, now I understand. I mean, you got to give Tecmo credit because they bait and switched it. They just sold this game quite a fucking bit. And, you know, in reality, it doesn't hurt nobody.
It doesn't.
Pair of titties don't hurt anyone.
Yep.
And like this kind of like leads to like actually it doesn't lead to, but there's this other topic, you know, fighting game related, that I would always hear every now and then. It's like commonplace. I hear it all the time, and it really pisses me off. And it's a topic that me and Eyesight have discussed once before, and we hit a pretty good point with it. So I mean, if we're gonna make a podcast out of it, you know, when we get him on it too, because I need him on it, because he's a walking encyclopedia. He says a bit better than I do. But it's a
He's
topic
walking
of
Wikipedia.
yeah, literally.
Oh,
But like he's like, what was it? Yeah, the topic is like how people are complaining about modern fighting games nowadays being more accessible, and people are complaining about how like that's not good. Yeah, but people are just complaining about it in general. And like me and I said, we actually had to talk about this topic, and it's pretty good.
This
and
is
we
a
hit
topic.
a point
This
that
is
no one ever brought up.
Oh,
So yeah, we'll save that for if we ever have that podcast though.
that's actually a good topic for a podcast that I do want to kind of have in a sense, because I've had this discussion with after the Daisuke interview where he said for like Guilty Gear that he wants to make it a little bit more easier for casuals to get into the game and enjoy it and stuff like this. You know exactly what I'm talking about, like introducing the auto combo system like Dragon Ball Fighters.
I know all about it. And like I was reminded of it again because was it last night or some shit? I think it was yesterday. Did you have one yesterday? Did you have a podcast yesterday? I think you did. But like the one where like Leon was on there. And you were like, oh man, Winston and Leon, you know, on the same time.
Oh yeah, that was the night before last when I was actually playing Guilty Gear.
Okay, yeah. But when he was on there and he was just talking, and he's running his mouth off and he was saying how like, you know, oh yeah, I don't even play fighting games much anymore, you know, but just modern fighting games, they all suck because, you know, they all try to make things so easy and auto combos and shit. It's like, I was just holding back so much. I was just like, oh god. Like if I had Eyesight here, we would just unleash this thing on him. So good. But like basically, and like, this whole thing, it will call you out too, Fox. Like everything you've said about it, everything everyone else, including Leon, have said about the topic of like, you know, oh, like modern games are just making things too easy. It's like, oh god, what me and Eyesight had going, we will blow all of you up. It's gonna be great. But that's if I can get him in on it too.
That's
yeah,
actually
usually on the weekends he should be good.
Weekend should be good for that.
Yeah, just gotta hit up, plan it ahead, get structured. So
Yeah, I don't mind having that kind of. I don't mind having that conversation because I actually, that's what the thing is. I think with a lot of people, in a sense, when you have a conversation, everybody's gonna have a different opinion about it, and you and Eyesight having a complete conversation about it and being like you're gonna blow it up. You might be able to change my opinion about it. I mean, like in the situation, I mean, with Guilty Gear having like an auto combo system, just to get like a little bit of base touch on this, is that I don't particularly care for it. I understand the method of it, and it might, it would introduce more people to it. But one of the turn-offs, like with Dragon Ball Fighters, is two things that turns me off on it. Is the 3v3 aspect is the number one thing that does turn me completely off on it, and the second thing is the auto combat system to a certain degree. It does. I feel like it is a system that needs a lot of tweaking in it. Because I don't know, it just doesn't feel right. Like from playing the Guilty Gear, and even before I even did live stream and everything, playing different fighting games like Mortal Kombat and everything, you didn't have that type of system, and making it more accessible. It's like, I guess the biggest argument like Leon would have is that you take the fun out of learning a game, even though we already know that we couldn't get someone like, I would love to get like Leon and you both in a fucking podcast and just fucking discuss this shit.
Yeah, well, I'll say it right now. It will not work out, okay? You might think, oh man, this is like throwing in, John Cena with The Undertaker. It's going to be some massive entertainment. I don't think it's going to work out quite like that. I think it's going to be like Leon is just going to be massively offended. He'll probably stay quiet the moment he has no reason.
I know that's
stay quiet. The thing with the whole movie just wouldn't be good. Like I know I'll destroy him, especially if Eyesight was there, to like put his side of it into it, because like I said, he words things way better than I ever could. Like we would just shut Leon up so hard, like he'll never come back. Like that would be fun and funny, but it's like it defeats the purpose of like an actual conversation, trying to get things out there. Because Leon, he would just get mad, stay quiet, leaves. It's like, it's not very productive.
I need to brush
as much fun as I would have doing that, I'll admit. But it's not very productive.
Well, I haven't really been. I've been more of a family person and everything. I haven't been in the competitive world and stuff like that. But you know what? I kind of feel like, if I would brush back up in fighting games in general, Guilty Gear, Dragon Ball Fighters, all this other stuff, that, I think maybe, reopening back up a podcast series like we did when we did that one episode and we never did it again, which was the competitive versus casual series that I wanted to try to do, and I never continued it because at that point in time in my life, everything was going fucking hell in the handbasket. And because I honestly prefer like actually having conversations nowadays. I mean, I've got to the point to where I realize for someone like myself, I'm never going to be a competitive player. It's something I like watching competitive play and stuff like this, and but I don't have the patience, I guess you want to say, to actually learn what the fuck I need to learn. Especially now, since I have a son now, it's one of those things, I have a family. It's the time to try to make for stuff like that, to where it's something like just discussing things, because it's just a lot easier. It's just completely much fucking easier.
Fucking April, man, just threw a wrench in my grand plan, trying to make Fox a competitive player.
I know you hate
it, man. Ruined everything.
But hey, April, tell him what you've been trying to fucking get me back into.
Monstu, I have been on his ass so often. Get back into Guilty Gear. You just don't.
And I believe you. And it's so ironic that, like, technically, of course it's unintentional on your end, but technically you were the reason of, like, why his competitive, quote unquote, spirit even, like, waned off in the first place. And now you're trying to get him back into it. And he's like, I think I just play fighters.
Matsu, here's the funny thing. I never discouraged him from, no, you can't fucking play tonight. No.
That's why I say unintentional. That's why I say
no. It's completely unintentional because now I have to worry about bills. Now I have to worry about my family. Now I have to worry about a whole bunch of other stuff now, which like it gets to the point where even like tonight I didn't even know if I was going to feel like doing a podcast because Well, I'll be honest. I've been dealing with a 6-year-old that basically pissed all over my fucking clothes and then pissed down my fucking stairs and pissed on my carpets.
And underneath the bed.
Yeah. And whose fault was that? I told you not inside.
That's not him.
Way back then. You're like, oh, okay. Never listen. Now you got a little kid pissing all over your clothes. Because you didn't listen to your buddy Munsu. Was like, don't nut inside, dog. Don't do it. I'm telling you. You're not ready. I was like, okay. Nobody listens.
I will plead that I will plead that at that fucking point in time I was a rape victim and I was raped by this woman.
Shut the fuck up.
Nice try.
You lying sack of shit.
Fucking shit.
Fox isn't potty trained yet.
He isn't. No, he's not completely house trained. We're getting there, Akasha. We're getting there.
We're working on it.
Well, it's not my 1-year-old son. My 1-year-old son is perfectly fine. He's like, I understand that he has no fucking idea what the fuck he does. Like, one fucking night, he just decides to rip off his fucking diaper and piss all over the fucking place. You know, and he's just pissing through his fucking crib all over the floor. And and the good side about all this is that I don't sleep on the side of that crib. April does. April sleeps on that side of the fucking crib. So if he's going to pee on anybody, he's going to pee on her.
I mean, you know what they say, if you pee, you're claiming property like the dogs.
But I mean, right? But
I mean, are we going backwards in our stage of evolution?
Maybe, maybe.
Well, he doesn't know better, but she has a child that before I got into this relationship, she had a child, and her son with another man and everything, like he's potty trained. He knows right from fucking wrong. He knows everything is going what to do, but he had spread poop on my walls because he didn't want to wipe his butt. So when he would just basically put his hand on his butt and just wipe it on the walls, then he's now starting to piss all over the place. I mean, this is like stuff you know that kind of like deters me from doing anything. Like originally, with this entire podcast, I had an entire fucking plan this weekend after Baby Fox Sin's fucking entire fucking birthday party and everything, going through all that stuff, that I was planning to come back home and get all this other stuff taken care of for the podcast because I had like a whole new thing I wanted to build for it and all this stuff. I had to spend my entire weekend cleaning and doing a whole bunch of other stuff. Then I had to, it's like, this is the kind of a reason why, like, you know, I haven't played Guilty Gear, I haven't played Dragon Ball FighterZ, I haven't done anything that I really want to do.
Like, the times when you played Fighters, you could have been doing Guilty Gear.
Yes.
I just want to point that out.
But I'm going to be honest with you, with Fighters, with Dragon Ball FighterZ, it's one of those things to which, this is going to sound really fucking dumb, and I know it's dumb.
Oh, Fox, you surprised me with that. Oh, no, you're going to say something dumb.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm so mind blown.
Oh my
Fuck
god.
off, you goddamn fucking Asian son of a bitch. I know you're my fucking master of Guilty Gear, but the thing is that
I'm not even a master of Guilty Gear. You're the one that said, oh man, Munsu's the god.
You are the fucking god.
I have never said that, by the way. Okay. Stream
Wait. Tell me, Fox, give me that label.
Okay? I have never once said, yo guys, I am the god. HELPFULL god. Who said it? This motherfucker right there, all right?
You are the god.
So, like, if I ever been like defamed later on down the road, you know, it's all.
You are the person. You are the person that I will always consider basically my fucking Master Roshi in a sense, because
I mean, I'm flattered, dude. I really am. I'm flattered, but like,
because you're the only fucking reason why, like,
any decent player who bodies you at.
Well, let me be fucking honest with you.
He's the best.
Let me be honest with you. When I first did Guilty Gear back in 2014 and everything, and I played with you, and every fucking other person just wanted to fucking say, get away from this bastard, don't fucking fight him. It's like, I just want to fucking keep playing this guy because...
Try hard, dude. Tryhards are lame. They're like virgins. They have no lives.
But it's like, if you can't beat this guy, then you're not going to get no better. If you can't do anything, it's like, at that fucking time, it's like... You brought honestly, if you never showed up, I probably would have dropped Guilty Gear a lot sooner.
But then what will you be playing by then? Like, Fighters wouldn't be out yet.
Oh, by that time, I'd probably been going back to shit like Call of fucking Duty and shit. And I would have fucking, I would have been one of those. I would have been one of those fucking streamers that never understood or seen like the FGC aspect. Like I understood about the fighting game community, but I wasn't really. At that point,
still be pretending to be a girl on those fucking Call of Duty calls and trick motherfuckers thinking you're a chick?
Pretty fucking much. I mean.
Yeah, crack that beer louder.
And an aspect of everything, you were the fucking reason why I stuck with Guilty Gear. I still sticking with Guilty Gear. I just don't find that like right now, in the per se of what I'm doing right now, that it is really something that, like it's not that I'm not interested in Guilty Gear, but it's just something that I am just when I want to play it and everything. It's just like playing it a lot the other night and everything. It's just I don't know. It's just like
it's like why. So like when you're like, man, I just want to like play a fighting game, right? Why did all those times you pick fighters instead of Exer? That's what I'm curious, and that's one thing I can't figure out.
The reason being is there
are many dislikes of fighters that you have.
Well, the main reason is I dislike fighters. Okay, I do, but it's one of those things to where it is Dragon Ball, and I love Dragon Ball, and it's one of those things to which this is the stupid answer that I will give to you on this. And I admit it is stupid. It's like, I guess in a mass of things, is that I feel like because it's Dragon Ball, I have to like it. I have to find out why everyone else likes the game, and how can I like the game.
So you're still in this process of trying to force yourself to like this game because it's Dragon Ball. You're still forcing yourself.
Yes.
And in that process, you're also trying to find out why people that are still actively playing it like playing it.
Yeah, because I mean the aspect is just that it's one of those things to which it's a good game. Don't get me wrong. I mean I find it's a
Do you think it's a good game, Fox? Do you really? I
find that if they would take away the 3v3 aspect of it and they would make it a 1v1 and they would have fucking just adjusted
it wouldn't be the same game anymore.
It wouldn't be the same game no more, but it would be fun. It would be like when I played Party.
Okay, Fox. Okay, hold up. I remember a while back you said that when the game released on Switch, there was a 1v1 mode, right?
Yes.
And you said you had a lot of fun playing that with somebody, right?
Well, I never bought the Switch version.
Yeah, but I remember you talking like. Well, then how the heck do you play? You said it was fun or some shit. It sounded like you played it.
No, it sounded at the time period when that happened is that it sounds like it would be like the best thing to play because what was introduced is what I enjoy in Dragon Ball FighterZ is the party match where you pick one character and your other buddies pick each one character and all you do is you fight 3 versus 3 and 6 people fighting against each other and all you have to do is worry about your one character in that regard, and that's what I like about it.
Technically, in that mode that we play, which back then when we did that 3v3 thing, that was
it's laggy as fuck though.
I missed that. It's just that the netcode sucked because it wasn't well developed, but that's just how it is. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. But in that mode, I mean, I'm pretty sure I could still have like called out my partner assist like normal.
Yes.
Yeah. So, anyways, though, but the point I'm trying to narrow it to here is like. When you heard that, so you never played because you don't have a Switch, but when you heard, wait, you have a Switch though.
I do have a Switch, but I don't have it on the Switch.
You never got it? But you never got the game for it?
I never got the game for it.
Okay.
My Switch is a fucking paperweight.
So you were just going the assumption that, that 1v1 mode sounded fun. That sounds like what you've always wanted, right?
What I always wanted was basically Dragon Ball Z Budokai, but in Arc System Works style, and actually like what it is, like 1v1 Dragon Ball, because I've played like Dragon Ball Budokan on the Super Nintendo. I've played Dragon Ball Hyper Dimensions. I played every other Dragon Ball game, and the games that I did not like was like Togachi Budokai Tag Team or whatever on the PSP. I never fucking liked that shit because I didn't like the aspect of switching characters and stuff like this.
Okay, so historically, yeah, I mean, I hear a lot of people like the Budokan series as well. Like those 1v1 Dragon Ball games. Yeah, I heard about that too. I never played it myself, but I heard people favor those games too. And that's what you would want, right? But now, what I'm trying to narrow down here is like, are you saying that you would enjoy, like, if you had the game on Switch, are you saying that you would enjoy the 1v1 mode of Dragon Ball FighterZ?
Well, for the one on Switch, no, I would not, because the 1v1 mode has no online play.
Is that the only reason?
That's the only reason. They put it in PS4. They put the same mode in PS4 and in the Xbox, which you can do 1v1, 2v2, or 1v3 stuff like that. Like, it's not.
But it's offline only. It's offline only.
It's offline only, and the only thing about it is, at the same point in time, I have played like versus CPU. It's not balanced, and it's not that fun.
Exactly. It is not balanced. It is not balanced. And I'll say right now, if hypothetically, if the 1v1 mode had online on PS4 or Steam right now, and that was a mode, and if you play me, I will show you why it is not a fun mode. I will show you why exactly. Because, and I'll just say right now, it's because I've seen plenty enough of like whenever you stream fighters, right? Like the stuff that you do, the stuff that you tend to do, right?
Yeah.
And like, if you try to do any of that, this is of course assuming the netplay, the netplay connection was good, that it's, lag is not an issue here,
Right.
So none that's an issue here, that I could react to everything that I would react to offline. If you
You
were to
destroy
play me
me.
1v1 in that game, you will not have fun. Why? Every time you super dash, I will 2H the fuck out of you.
Right.
Right? And you will not be able to get in because because of how you play, you never really like found out a way to really get in using the assist, because that's how the game works, right? Because I know you said before, and it's fair opinion, you don't like the current meta of the game, right? And that's a valid opinion, but that's just how it is.
Yeah,
right?
but I don't
like the current game as it is. If it's 1v1, you will not enjoy the game.
No, I mean, I won't enjoy the
You
game
would
as
like
it
it,
is. I mean, it would have to be completely rebalanced.
Dragon Ball, like the Budo 10 series, make 1v1. Then you would like it.
Right. If it would be like the Buddha series in that regards, but with some slight mechanic changes and stuff like Dragon, like homing the Dragon Dash and everything, that fucking stuff would not be any way, shape, form possible to fucking pull off in a 1v1 situation. I understand the reason why it's something with 3v3, and I understand in regards, but when it comes down to it with Dragon Ball Fighters, is that my biggest problem is that it's with the assists. Like, I just, for some fucking apparent reason, cannot get used to the idea of fucking assists.
Yeah, and that's totally fine. Like, I have the same issue too when it comes to like tag team fighters. Like, for the longest time since like BB Tag came out, I have an issue with that game too, because I'm like, I like the properties that the games came from, all that stuff, but like I just can't get behind it. Like, because in its essence, it's still a tag fighter, and that's never been my forte. But yeah, so I totally get that, and that's totally valid, it's totally fine. But you bought the game because it was Dragon Ball, like the other 80% of the player base. And then the player's like, oh shit, I'm getting destroyed. This sucks.
We will be switching to the DMC5 topic then a little bit. I just want to finish this.
All this talk is already getting me intrigued. I don't know why, but I just am.
I just want to finish this off. Like, the thing is like, even like Kylo, who's really good at Dragon Ball Fighters, if it would be 1v1, it'd be Touch of Death. The problem is that 9 out of 10 times, you'll see me on the PlayStation, you'll see like Dragon Ball Fighters on in there, but I don't train, I don't do anything with the game pretty much. I get pissed off because when I do fucking try to go ahead and do like all these assist fucking shit, like you try to see, I for some fucking reason can't figure out what the fuck I'm doing wrong, timing, stuff like this, and I can't figure out in my fucking head what to do with the 3v3 aspect. With Guilty Gear, Dragon Ball has fucking really fucking ruined a lot of shit for me.
How so?
The auto combat system.
Yeah, I wish there was an option to turn that off.
The thing is, it's two different games. And the thing is that for some reason, after playing Dragon Ball FighterZ for so long, then going back into Guilty Gear, it's like it's like I gotta train my mindset, because sometimes I press that fucking button expecting to fucking do like the fucking Dragon Dash, like do that fucking homing dash. And it's like, dude, it's not fucking in here.
Dude, you use that wrong. Oh man, like Exer, like I just have this habit to press like super dash to instantly go to the other person, right? You just have that quick button, right?
Mm-hmm.
That quick homing button, right? So here you have, oh man, so there's this function that like, that I'm so used to having fighters that I don't have an Exer. Oh, that feels weird. You know what I had to put up with? I've been playing BB Tag, right? I still don't like the game, but I'm, just trying to get into it more just because, Exer is kind of dead where I am at, And
yeah, it's got, and that's another thing. That's another reason why I don't touch Guilty Gear, is because I feel like it's dead.
The thing that bothers me so much is like, if when I'm playing something that's not BB tag, like another normal fighter like Exert else again, it's like I realize, oh shit, if I'm not playing BB tag, I gotta double tap forward to run. I gotta do that in BB tag. I use hold forward, I just runs automatically. I was like, shit, that weirds me out. But man, I've dealt with worse, son. I've dealt with worse. Like not having super dash button, it's like, yeah, whatever.
You know, I almost feel like I need to play fucking BB tag and actually fucking play it, not fucking go ahead and pretend to fucking play it like just.
Well, it's like if you are gonna do it, and it's never too late.
Because no Terrami.
All right, y'all Terrami players, get over yourself, right?
I'm a Terrami player. Been a Terrami player since
play Hazama, all right? Fueled it. And I'm sure they'll put him out on DLC eventually, because it's clearly that Mori is like trying to give this game a lots of like lifespan. Like
he only wants to do so that way they can like make enough sales to get, so that way they can make Persona 5 Arena.
I don't think that's the case, but yeah.
That's the reason why BB tag exists to begin with.
I don't even think there's going to be a Persona 5 Arena.
BB tag exists because Mori loves Ruby and he likes to like make this game where more casuals can play.
He really has a hard-on for Ruby.
Yeah, he definitely has a hard-on Ruby. But my point is like, if any of you think that like, oh, this is so like, you know, they can make money to make a P5 Arena, please. That's not the issue, okay? It's not like they need money for BB tag. They can make it right if they want to, but Atlas is the problem, but that's another story that takes time to explain. Well, I'll just say it on the record right now. BB Tag is not a fundraiser for Persona 5 Arena, okay? That's the worst rumor I've ever heard. Like, no. Hell no.
Everybody said...
We all want Persona 5 Arena, don't get me wrong. Everybody wants that. But what's holding ArcSys from making that is not money. It's not money. They're getting paid handsomely by Bandai Namco to make Dragon Ball already, okay? I'm sure they're not short on money. It's not an issue.
So, I think we need to have a actual fighting game podcast and discuss all these events in the fighting game podcast in the future. I mean, Monsters actually would be the best. I think you and AI Site would probably be the best knowledgeable people to fucking bring in on that kind of shit, to be honest.
Yeah, I just don't know if we have enough topics to make it last, like for like, you know.
Oh, I can get the topics.
A lot of podcasts, but we'll see.
I figure we could.
Now, I know somebody wants to talk about DMC5, but before we do that, right before I peace out of here, I want to make one final call out to you, Fox. Just one final call out. That's what put you on blast tonight, right?
Go for it.
You remember? It was like, I'm not sure. It was like when the Dragon Ball leaks were happening, or I think it was like a little bit after the game release. But I remember this conversation we had, this one-on-one call, and you were telling me how like, yeah, you know, I really wish Exerd would have more cinematic stuff like Dragon Rush, like, you know, whenever they both Dragon Rush each other, they have that little, you know, fisticuffs thing, and then they break away, you know, like I wish things would be more cinematic like that. You remember that conversation, right? Yeah. And that was like, you know, either before the game came out or like shortly after the game released, right? Like it was still very new and fresh. And, you know, you appreciate all the cinematic stuff. You wish, you know, modern anime fighters had more of that, right? You remember that conversation?
I remember that conversation, yes.
You remember what I said about it?
I was stupid, to be honest.
No. I wouldn't just call you stupid and not give a reason for why you're stupid. Come on now.
I don't remember the reason, to be honest.
Okay, the reason I gave you was because I was like, okay, I mean, I know that's going to look all cool and stuff, but like, as you play the game more, that shit's gonna get annoying.
Yes.
Like you know, that shit's gonna get old. It's not gonna be fresh anymore, and you're gonna like you'll be forced to see it over and over, and it's not gonna be fun anymore, man. Like it's not worth it. That's why they didn't do that kind of thing in Exerd. That's basically what I said, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, fast forward to present time. Well, a little bit before this, like when Evo happened last year. Remember what you said at Evo when you watched like finals for Dragon Ball?
Yes.
Yes. Who was it? Along with his minions and Stream Monster was like, oh my god, Bardock level 3, Kakuaika. I'm so annoyed. Yes. How ironic is it, huh? How ironic is that? Who was it that wanted more cinematics? And now he can't keep up all these Bardock level 3s.
What I was getting at wasn't that, though. What I was getting at wasn't that. What I was getting at is, you know, the clashing system.
Now comes the good shit.
Which I was talking about was the clashing system. The clashing system, which, like, when you have, like, when I played the demo of Dragon Ball Fighters, the alpha demo that everybody was trying to get into, and I got into it, and I was playing it, and you know when you have like the tech grab and everything, and you have like the clash system is like, and also from the intro of Guilty Gear Rev 2, when they were showing like Kai and Soul for like a good like 30 seconds right there, even though it was just made for the cinematic, just clashing their swords together. I was talking about if they had stuff like that, not the mortal counter or anything else, not like actual cinematic endings and all this other stuff. That's great if they would have it. I understand that I did kind of mention that with the cinematics that I did add that in there. But what I was getting more at was if they would have like during the middle of the fight, like these little clash systems that, you know, didn't last fucking like you would hear every 5 seconds like, you're gonna die, you're gonna die, you're gonna die, like at fucking Evo. If they would have like little animations that would make
it sequence that doesn't last as long as Marduk's level 3.
Right. If they would have like little clash sequences that would, you know, put you back into neutral or something else, you know, kind of like what Mortal Counter is, but just not Mortal Counter. Then I would love to see something like that. I guess like in Guilty Gear or Dragon Ball Fighters in a sense, it's just something that spurs. Like if you would have like Dragon Ball Fighters, if they would have it to where a game mechanic would happen to where two heavies hit at the same time, and all of a sudden the characters just disappear off the screen like a Dragon Ball Budokai and go boom, 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 boom all over the screen, and then go right back into neutral state.
So during that boom, boom, boom thing, neither player is actually like doing anything.
No, it's just for a visual effect.
It's just a visual flair, right?
Right.
Simply visual flair, right?
The only thing you could probably do is something like that would be like a quick time event where you would have to hit a certain combination of buttons in a certain time, and the one who gets it right or the one who does it first wins the bout.
Okay. So basically, you want that kind of like visual flair clash sequence, but not as long lasting as Marduk level 3 or any other level 3 in fighters.
Pretty much.
That's what you want, right? Well, guess what, buddy? Guess what? I was ready for this answer as well. Because fuck you. But it's almost like, well, I guess to be fair, Arc System Works didn't make this game, but you've heard about the Kill la Kill game that's coming out, right? That's getting published by Arc Sys.
Yeah.
They have a fucking rock, paper, scissors clash thing that's exactly like what you want here. That you just press one of 3 buttons during this clash thing, and like
I don't know what to play that game.
I can't for the life of me see why people are hyped for this kind of shit. I mean, for one, it's just like another Naruto like arena fighter game thing.
It's the aspect for the casual side of me, okay? It's the casual player side.
Sure. But I'm saying like this is what you want, but it's in that game, which is not really a fighting game. But like there was this freaking Twitch clip, literally a whole minute long, 1 whole minute long, 60 freaking seconds. Of like this, like it might have been from Evo Japan or something, but it was like some event where they had the demo up, and 2 people were playing like a real match, and for 1 whole minute there were three clashes, 3 rock paper scissors clashes like this, and it was just these 2 characters like, you know, so they initiated the clash, it happened, and then you see the 2 characters just doing their visual flair, just clashing it out, like, you know, like basically at that point you're not pressing any buttons to make things look different, right? And then at the end of that sequence, they press 1 of 3 buttons, you know, rock, paper, scissors, right, to win the exchange. And if you win the exchange, I'm not exactly sure what happens. It's not like you die or you lose health. It's like you gain resources or something, right? But this whole clip, 60 seconds, there were 3 clashes. Each one was about 30-some seconds. And it happened just straight up. Clash, break away, clash again, break away, clash again. I'm like, is this the game? Is this what's going to happen? People are hyped for this shit? 1 whole minute of nothing really happening? It's like, yeah, I see that shit. I'm like, oh boy. But yeah, I know people that are hyped for that game though. I'm like, oh.
Well,
people like that Kill la Kill, whatever.
Well, I think that's a good topic for like another weekend. Like if we can get AI side and do a national fight game podcast, and then, you know, just go into something like that. So I know you're already you're gonna piece that because I'm pretty sure you have nothing to say about Devil May Cry.
Nope, I'm gonna wait till the game goes on sale for like $20, then I'll get it.
All right,
also,
man.
Oh my God, what did they do to the ladies? I know women age, like that's the reality of life, but oh my God, what happened? Breaks my heart. That's all I'm gonna say on it.
All right, man. Well,
I mean, Lady actually looks good though. Lady actually looks good.
Oh, Lady does look good.
Trish, oh my God.
I have to fucking agree with this. Trish does looks. I have no words for that, to be honest.
Yeah.
Lady looks pretty damn good, but when it comes down to Trish, I don't know. I have no idea what the fuck happened to her fucking body, her face. I have no fucking idea.
I mean, they could have easily throw a spin on like, hey, I mean, she's not exactly human, you know? She's like, you know, demonic clone byproduct thingamajig, you know? So she doesn't age. They could have done that, man. But nope. She's like basically human. She's gonna age like a human. It's like, oh god damn, we get this. Fucking sucks. I mean, the model that she's based off looks pretty good, but I don't know. In game, it just didn't translate well. Yeah, what can you do? What's done is done. Anyways, that's me. Peacing out. Thanks everybody for listening to my ramblings. I just want to set things straight. You know how it is. Keeping it real.
I understand.
Yep.
All right, man. Well, thank you so much.
Yep. Catch y'all later.
Catch you later. All right. So with that being said, I think it's best to go ahead now and move into the Devil May Cry topic. We will continue like Fighter Z and all that. I think that's actually going to be a better thing to do is set a set day for that and just do like a podcast for fighting games to reincorporate fighting games back into my channel in a sense, because I mean the Vic topic was the reason why we even started these type of damn podcasts, and give it to Monica and everyone else. I mean, that's actually a good thing. So we have coming up here next month Devil May Cry 5.
I'm gonna be I pre-ordered that game.
I haven't pre-ordered it yet. I'm gonna pre-order it Friday. I'm not paying no $100 though for the entire collector's edition.
$100 for that? I'm paying regular price.
I mean, so from all the aspects of Devil May Cry 5, I mean, every little single cutscene and trailer I've seen for it has really fucking hyped me up for it. I mean, compared to DMC Devil May fucking Cry, which I will call the fucking bastard fucking bullshit I've ever seen in my fucking life. I mean, Devil May Cry 5. You know what? Since Jose really wants to talk about this, how about you lead into this one? What is your subsequence of, you know,
my anticipation for Devil May Cry 5?
Yeah, what you anticipate in this? And I want to get, because I want to base.
I'm really hyped because we haven't got a DMC game in years. The last game we got was 2007's Devil May Cry 4, and it was a good game in its own right. But we've waited years.
Oh, but you're not talking about. You're not going to talk about Ninja Theory's Devil May Cry?
Yeah, I am. I am really excited for Devil May Cry 5. What else? Well, and everyone's being hyped up because of, well, the new character V, Dante coming back, and even Nero. I'm really excited. I mean it.
Yeah, because the only thing that kind of, like, back in the day that pissed me off, because, yeah, 2007, you had Devil May Cry 4, which I'm going to be honest, at first I was pissed off with that game because of Nero. It's like, I want to play fucking Dante, not fucking Nero. And then towards the end of that game, it's like, give me back fucking Nero.
Yeah, and we wouldn't be able to play Dante until much later.
And at the same point in time, Dante's stages were the same exact ones for Nero, just backwards.
Exactly, which is a letdown.
Devil May Cry 4 was a letdown in a lot of aspects. It felt like it was a rush game. Then after that, you had DMC, Devil May Cry, which was Ninja Theory's reboot, which
in itself is a bit mixed.
Look, I'm an advocate to explain right here, and anyone in this chat or anything can go ahead and you could hate me if you disagree with me on this one, but I will tell you right now that DMC Devil May Cry should have never fucking existed. That to me was one of the worst fucking games. Like, the gameplay was great, but the game itself, story-wise, was a piece of shit. There was no reason to reboot that fucking game. And I felt like even when people were trying to talk to developers when they fucking show black hair Dante and shit like this, is that Ninja Theory at that fucking time period with Capcom, that was like the biggest fucking shit ever. It's like, you had a fucking director of Ninja Theory that just said, go fuck yourselves. I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want in this fucking game. I'm not taking none of your fucking advice. Troll the fucking fans. That was like, I don't understand. Well, I understand. I mean, look at the game. The game back, what? I think when Devil May Cry 4 came out on the PS4 and they looked at the sales of everything, that DMC Devil May Cry never even sold. Still, at that point in time, sold less than what Devil May Cry 2 sold. Now, with Devil May Cry 5, in complete aspect, I mean, the game looks completely fucking exciting. The game looks fucking amazing. I mean, this is supposed to be the story, which I'm hearing two different sides of this, to be honest, is that the timeline of this game is going to be based either after Devil May Cry 2 or Devil May Cry 2 has already fucking happened. Is going to happen after this game, which makes no sense to me because even though Devil May Cry 2 is the ginger fucking sibling of the fucking series.
Yes, it is, to the point where even the people behind it apologized.
I'm more interested to see what the fan theories are on this because Urizen, I'm 100% fucking for sure he is fucking Virgil. No response?
I'm drawing a blank with that.
Urizen is the boss character, or whatever, that you see in the trailer that beats the crap out of Dante.
Oh, I know all about that.
And there is some videos on YouTube to where they lowered down the audio of the trailer of him when he's speaking to the cast and everything from the original trailer. And if you lower it completely down and go through it in that aspect, it's actually fucking Virgil's voice.
Virgil coming back. I never thought it would be the day.
Like, I'm going to actually look for that video real quick because there is a guy who actually put this together, and to me it's confirmation. I mean, I forgot who the voice actor is for Virgil, but it's confirmation to me that it should be Virgil because how the way they speak. Yeah, like Urizen is Devil May Cry 5. Let's see, it's not this video. Repitched. I think this is it right here.
Probably interested.
You need something? What is it? You hungry? Well, you're in luck, pal, 'cause food's ready and Kitty A always makes too much. Hope you like loud talkers, too, 'cause got a pair of those upstairs. You see something you like? What the hell? You a demon?
Get back inside now!
I'm taking this back.
Virgil's back. This can't be. He died after the events of the original.
He didn't die.
Because Virgil became Michelangelo.
Yeah, but he didn't die.
So he survived after all these years?
How do you figure he fucking died?
So this means that Devil May Cry 5, Virgil's back. Holy shit.
Like, let's take a look at Devil May Cry 1. Let's go take a look. Let's see. Versus Michelangelo.
No, the final battle with Dante and Michelangelo. When Dante defeated Michelangelo to obtain the other half of the
Yeah, I'm going for it right now. So you fight him, you slash him, you find out it's your brother because it looks like you.
Yeah.
How do we know that he's dead? Like I've been him just teleporting.
Still alive. He ain't dead, not even by a long shot. How could he have survived after the events of 4, then 2, and 5?
Now you know what? What I'm gonna do here? Let's see. If Carl's still in here and April's still in here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
we're still
here.
here.
I don't know. We're listening.
Oh, you're just listening. I'm gonna get your opinion because I'm gonna go ahead and play the official fucking trailer, which is 4 minutes long, and I want to get y'all opinion of what y'all think about the game because I'm pretty sure, Carl, you have no insight about fucking Devil May Cry.
My brother played it when I was 5. That's as much as I know about it.
Not another minute, sir.
So we're gonna go ahead and play this trailer.
As much as I know about it.
I'm gonna go ahead and play the trailer for you, and I want to get the women's opinion about this. I don't know April's opinion about it because she is actually excited because I showed her almost every single trailer and every single thing about this for the last fucking 3 months. So let's get y'all guys' opinion.
18.
It has begun. I will show you your worst nightmares. I will give you despair and death.
Alright. Time to kick some ass.
Don't crap yourselves. It likes to kill demon things. That's why I built him that well-functioning arm. To kick demon ass.
Let's go for a walk, little chickie. Get lit. Back it up, first son.
I think we should split into 2 groups and cover more ground. Good idea.
Okay, Shakespeare. Just remember this. You and I like to exist, so get rid of those demons quick, because killing them ain't my shit.
Go.
What evil lurks? I must destroy.
V, why don't you tell me everything about this job?
A powerful demon is about to resurrect, and we need your help, Dante.
What? Does that mean you're going too?
I have a duty to see this through.
And you need to see this through. Dante's war.
Come on, little puppy. I'll take you out for a walk.
Made it for Lady and she paid for it, so consider it a rental.
What's happening now?
Get her out of here! This is a bad move! No! You're just dead weight!
All right, so that was the fucking trailer.
And it's amazing.
It is amazing. I mean, I have a couple of complaints about a few things with fucking Devil May Cry 5 that I do not like, and a couple of things that caught me off guard. But I want to get Caro's because I already know April's one, but I'll even get April's one. But I want to get you two opinion about it because we already know Jose here is just masturbating to this shit automatically.
Not really.
Well, I mean, it's funny. It's a funny thing that you showed me this trailer because I'm in the middle of writing and collaborating with somebody about basically these girls having to fight demons or whatever. So this already caught my attention already because I'm already having to deal with that theme. Honestly, just you showing me that trailer, I would straight up buy it because it really catches my attention a lot. I really loved all the visuals and everything it showed me. The guy, I don't know do you guys know the name of the guy that had the bird?
V.
I really want to play him. I really want to play him because I really like the bird and the cat. Yes. Automatically, I'm just like, I want him. That's literally the first person I thought of that I want to play automatically. Yes.
Well, you see, that I have no words for that one. I mean, I would have figured you would be one to play more like Nero or Dante because I mean, more.
I like Dante too, but V caught my attention right away because I'm a sucker for like black birds and black cats.
Oh yeah, by the way, that Blackbird talks.
I know, I'm a fucking sucker for that shit.
The only things that I gotta say straight up about Devil May Cry 5, that one thing that caught me off guard is if you take a look at Devil May Cry 5 and you take a look at like the previous game series, like Devil May Cry 4, the entire facial structure, the entire how the characters look now, and how like Nero's hair is no longer anime, it looks more realistic. Caught me for a complete fucking surprise with the game originally. The only complaints that I have about Devil May Cry 5 is the music.
Really?
Nero's theme song, Devil Trigger, Pull My Devil Trigger or whatever, best song I've ever heard. I love that song to death. Dante and V's song does not feel like it fits with them at all. If you listen to the trailer, you had 3 different songs. You had Devil Trigger, which they played for Nero. They played V's song and they played Dante's song. I don't like those songs. Devil May Cry was one of those games that when the music came through, it made you feel like, it pumped you up and everything. For some reason, I cannot see Dante with an actual complete metal vibe.
I agree.
Like, Nero's Devil Trigger song, like, to me, is fucking amazing. Like, the music video that's associated with that, everything, that song, just listening to the lyrics and listening to that, even when you played the demo of Devil May Cry, when you played Devil May Cry 5's demo and everything, you just play Nero and that song comes on, it's just like, holy fucking batshit. God damn it, Robin, get your ass over here because we're going to lay some fucking eggs because it just fucking works. It just fucking works.
Yeah, I really did like that. It was playing from the start, correct?
So did I.
Yeah, so yeah, that song really did caught my attention right away.
And then when you get past that, you get into V song. I mean, I just can't get into that. I went to the wrong trailer. It's this trailer right here, isn't it? Yeah, it's the fucking 4-minute one.
It happens.
Like, it's the screamo music. Like, I guess you want to say for like V, it's that emo music that goes in the background. It might fit his character, but you're playing a game. You're playing a fucking game that you gotta get combos. You gotta fight a bunch of enemies. You gotta attack. You gotta do all this. This is the main song that's going to be playing in the background the entire time when you play this character.
Hang on, let me disconnect my mic so I can hear this.
All right, let me go ahead and rewind a little bit.
Okay, Shakespeare, just remember this. You and I like to exist, so get rid of those demons quick, because killing them ain't my shit.
Go.
What evil lurks
Not feeling it.
What's that?
Nope. Not feeling it at all.
Convinced yet?
No, let's go to
No.
let's go to Dante.
Like I heard the V song and I'm just like, not feeling it.
Now let's go into the Dante song and tell me if you guys feel the Dante song with Dante's gameplay.
All right.
Is about to resurrect.
Let me just get there real quick.
We need your help,
There you go.
Dante. What? Does that mean you're going to? I have a duty to see this through.
And you need to see this through. Dante's war.
Come on, little puppy.
They
I'll
went
take
too
you out for a
screamo
walk.
for him.
Made it for Lady and she paid for it, so consider it a rental.
So what was I saying, Carl?
I said they went too screamo for him.
That's what I'm getting at. Like
heavy metal scream. I feel like that would have fit V maybe better, honestly, the screamo theme. But for Dante, from what I'm seeing visually, no.
No, because the thing is, it's just like a fighting game, okay? And this is the one problem where, like, you know, with like Street Fighter 5 and fucking fighting games in general, that I have one big problem with, and I've had this argument with a coworker of mine who is really big into like Street Fighter 5, Third Strike, and stuff like this. He's like, Third Strike's the best game ever, and I said, not to me because of the music. The music is the best in the game. It's like, no, it's not to me. Is that when you are going to play a game, whether it's a fighting game or a game like Devil May Cry, for example, where it's completely combo based, you want something in the background if you're listening to it that is exciting you to perform in the game the best. Like, to me, the way I play fighting games, and if Monty would be hearing this shit, he'd probably be fucking shaking his head saying, that's your entire fucking problem, you're a fucking moron for this, is that I have to have the right song in the background. Like, I actually will, like, if I play fucking Guilty Gear, Dragon Ball FighterZ, whatever on the stream, you'll hear the in-game music. But 9 out of 10 times, I will take my headset and I will plug it into my fucking phone and I will start listening to like different types of bands that I believe fit better with the vocal track of what I'm fighting. Because I want to be pumped up. I want to have some kind of an excitement.
And sometimes people like to follow like the beat of the music sometimes when they're really pumped up and they love it so much.
And it's like when Fox is playing Guilty Gear, I will give him music that I know he likes to fight. He does stuff that pump up and, you know, it makes the game that much better.
Right.
Yeah.
And the
so
thing,
if this was playing, I wouldn't really be too into it, honestly, with Dante or V.
Like Devil Trigger, it's got that, I don't know what it is, but the song itself has a personality to it, to where it just makes you want to do something. Subhuman, which is Dante's, I believe that's what it's called for Dante's theme song. I don't remember what V's theme song name is, but those two tracks right there that they're trying to use for those two characters, you know, I understand the principle of the tracks is to, you know, make it different, but if I'm going to be fighting hordes of fucking demons and such, I don't find that the musical track fits for Dante or V as battle music.
Right, because I mean, maybe like soundtrack wise, sure, but like cutscenes or whatever, but for battle wise, no, I wouldn't really be like into it if that was playing while I'm trying to fight.
So I'm not sure, I'm not sure what the chat would think about that. Dante should have had a similar song to Devil Trigger. I honestly believe that that's what Dante should have had, was a song that would have been more dedicated to something like Devil Trigger. Like, honestly, if it gives me the option to where I could just play Devil Trigger and that's it, that'd be fun. Because, I mean, like, okay.
Yeah, having Devil Trigger just constantly playing for the battle parts, I would honestly mind.
Like, hold on. Let me get something here. Like, this is Dante's theme from Devil May Cry 3 for fighting.
Alright.
Tell me your opinion about this, Carl.
Alright, hang on.
Divine Hatred is a good one too. Let me do that. So I try to prove musical taste actually does matter. So here's the next one. This one is the other theme that when you get halfway through the game with Dante, this song comes on, and I think this is like the best. This is actually what I was trying to find. Caleb just gave us a link to it. I'm gonna go ahead and stop it right there for right now. Change it before I nut. So compared to what you heard, this is from Devil May Cry 3 to Devil May Cry 5's Dante theme. I do sense and feel like there is a complete difference in the tone of the audio, which Devil May Cry 3 music made me want to actually perform better, whereas Subhuman, Dante's theme, does not make me it does not to me fit Dante's personality.
So this one that you're showing me, the Divine Hatred, that was from 3?
Yes.
Okay. And the one we listened to before, like the Mega Screamo one, is the recent one. Gotcha. No, yeah, I feel like they tried too hard going for the Screamo heavy metal theme with him, when really, like, listening to this one that you're showing me right now, this one feels more fitting to him, because I feel like he's not really like a Screamo heavy metal rock type of character. He's more of like what this theme is giving me, which is like a little bit of techno mixed with some grunge that has a Screamo theme, but not too heavy-handed with it.
Right.
It like works well that that theme better than what we were hearing in the trailer. And like you said, it's definitely good battle music too. It definitely makes you want to perform better.
So, personally, I can't wait for the game. It comes out March 8th. I mean, like I said, I have a few complaints. I had a few complaints about it in the sense of in regards to the music. The combo, the game system mechanics, everything of that looks fucking phenomenal. I mean, my biggest complaint about this game is just the music in general so far from what they have showcased. That, oh, this is Dante's theme, this is V's theme, Nero's theme. Out of it all, it just makes me say all I want to do is play fucking Nero and no one else. Now, one other aspect about this game for all you people is that this game actually has co-op online.
Oh, well then.
But here's the funny thing about the co-op online. Your friends will be considered priority players to play with, but the online is completely random to who he chooses for you. So you can't just automatically go ahead and pick your friend to do stuff. Now, and also the same clause, which is, I think this is actually a very cool system for Devil May Cry 5, that I've never seen a fucking game once do this, ever in my life, is, let's say you play this game, you're on mission 11, and someone else is on mission 10, okay? If you're playing V in mission 11, and you're going through this, and you're fighting bad guys and everything, and you're on top of a cliff or something, you're just fucking going through all this, and someone's playing level 10 and they're on the ground, if they look up to that sequence and you're there at that time, they're actually watching you play the game on mission 11 already.
Wow. That's cool.
That is really cool.
That is something that's really cool. Now, if they, for some reason, cannot get that footage, what it does, it will also pull in shadow data from other players to put up there. So that way, it's actually, when you're seeing, like, when you're down there, you're playing, let's say, Dante or Nero, and you're fighting all these demons, and on top of this cliff, you're watching V fight a bunch of enemies. That's not a computer-generated AI system that's doing that. That's actually a player doing it. So the core aspect of what the game developer is trying to explain to what he wants people to understand about the game is that you will be watched by anybody at any time. So the best thing you can do is try to perform your combos and everything and make it look as flashy as hell, because if you don't make it flashy, you might make your appearance up there dull to someone watching you fight a bunch of enemies. So it all happens within real time. So if you're online, it is supposed to put you, like, if you play level 1 and you're or level 2, 3, whatever, and someone's on level 15 already, you are watching someone that is not an actual AI system. It's actually the player itself that could be from Japan, wherever it downloads the data from, and you're watching someone else play. So it'd be like Jose's on mission 11. He's fighting a bunch of enemies. He's Dante or whatever, and he's fighting a bunch of enemies. And I'm playing Nero, and I'm down here, and all of a sudden I just clear out all the way of enemies, and I just take a look up there, and I'm like, oh, look, it's V. In reality, that's another player that's doing all of that. So it tries to emphasize that you need to, when you play the game, is do your best to make your combos look crazy as hell, and then with this online system, if someone sees this, they have the ability apparently to rate your gameplay. And then if you're playing at the same time they're watching you and they rate you like, man, that's stylish, supposedly it is going to boost your stats up, and it is going to boost up like your ranking and everything else because someone gave you like a thumbs up for doing what you're doing. And I think also in the reverse sense of everything, it also happens to where if someone says, oh, that's not as cool, and they give you a thumbs down, it also deducts from you. What's your thoughts process on that?
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, so honestly, that's something I feel like it's new to me because I had never really heard of that before.
I never heard of that either, but when they did an interview with the developers and everything, that is one of the clear structures that they want to emphasize, is that that's how they're going to do the co-op. The co-op also, you're going to have it to where, you know, you can play with another person and everything else, and it's just going to prioritize through your friends list, but it's going to be a random person. So where if you're Nero and you need a V person and someone's already playing V, that is going to be the person that they're going to try to match you with, to be like, okay, you're all both on the same thing. You're both going to be on the same level here. We're just going to put you with someone who's already playing V. They're just going to basically teleport in like Dark Souls, and then you're going to be playing with this person side by side to do stuff if you do decide this. But the thing that got to me is how he explained when you're going to watch Dante, Nero, or V in the background fighting, that's actually not the AI system. That is legit another person doing all that. So like Akasha said, I can watch Fox drop his combos pretty fucking much. If you drop your combos, somebody's going to fucking see it.
Which again, I think that's cool. It's nice to like actually see somebody do something and not just always look at a AI do it.
CPU starts teaching Fox combos. And have a good night, Nightbat. So, any thoughts? Sadly, we don't get Buddy Plows until April. Lady and Trish aren't playable, nor is Virgil. But they said there's a chance that they will add new characters to play. I'm sure they're going to... look, I'm pretty sure with the success for Devil May Cry 5 Broken Wing, I am pretty sure that we will get, like, Lady, Trish, and if Virgil is a character, because it's not confirmed, even though technically it is confirmed, because there's another interview, which I'm not sure if Jose knows about this, when they were doing, like, when the guy sit down at his desk and everything, if you look at the wall, on the wall itself is what they call, is the picture of Virgil with cracked facing and everything else. Which is what they're calling the that's what they call the corrupt Virgil. That's what the fans are calling it, corrupt Virgil. That's after he was released from the neo-angelic form or whatever, that he was corrupt Virgil at that point.
Neo-Angelo.
That he was the corrupt form. So, and honestly, there's another thing that could confirm also that this most likely is Virgil, is that the developers were playing the game and it was like cam footage and everything, and they were trying to explain how the game mechanics were. And in Japan, they have the English dubbing for the characters, and Urizen, the main character, the boss that you fight, when you fight him as Nero and he gets off his chair, was saying something to the effect of like, "Nice try, my son." He emphasized the word "my son," the two words "my son," in a few phrasings, to which it's like, well, it's got to be Virgil then, because the character Nero is confirmed to be Virgil's son. That Virgil apparently, had some relations with a prostitute, and Nero was born, and he had the arm of a fucking demon, which makes absolutely no sense to me in that case scenario, but still. And that's how all that resolves into where, I will state on this live stream that I'm going to 100% confirm that Virgil is going to be the main character, especially the part where there's a cutscene where Dante comes in with V, and V turns around and leaves the thing, and he's going after Urizen, and he's basically saying right there, "I got to see if it's you." Who else would he be looking for? It would have to be his long lost twin fucking brother, wouldn't it be? So I know that tonight's podcast wasn't that great, and I know we kind of went on a little bit of a tangent with Monsoon and such, which I do apologize for people who might not have been interested in that regards. With the Evil talks about Dead or Alive 6 is not like our typical podcast, but hey, he's dropped the fucking knowledge down. That's what he does. I mean, he makes sure that everybody's informed properly about the situation, which I appreciate. And I know these topics aren't really that heavy in the case scenario. I was going to talk more into some other stuff, but it is 12 o'clock in the middle of the night. I'm just realizing this now, and I'm pretty sure that everybody's got something they got to do in the morning.
College classes. I'm a college student, damn it.
And I was gonna get into the topics of the YouTube issues and everything with what is Matt again, because I watched a video with PewDiePie today, and I'm just gonna touch a little bit based on this.
I have yet to see that video, damn it. But continue.
PewDiePie defends YouTube.
All right. Gotcha.
Basically, I'll give you the short run of it. PewDiePie defends YouTube, and he's actually right about it. What Matt did, in a sense, is wrong. And what YouTube is doing with the comments section and everything and demonetizing videos is actually, after listening to PewDiePie, I have to agree. I believe that he's right. Is because this is a problem on YouTube with, the pedophile, the black pedophile ring, the black market pedophile ring going ahead and doing all this kind of stuff. And YouTube's only response to make it a short-term strike to handle this problem right now was to do what they did. So, in regards of listening to like PewDiePie and everything too, and understanding some stuff, this is not like the Apocalypse #2. Even though we have advertisers dropping off the YouTube platform and everything, it's not really the ends of YouTube. This is just YouTube trying its best to do damage control, handle the situation in a short time aspect. The situation I think is going to end up happening is YouTube is just doing this right now. I think PewDiePie's right, and within like 3 to 6 months of them actually refixing the algorithms and everything else, that we're probably going to end up seeing where the shit like people getting their videos demonetized, because apparently YouTube has confirmed that they have removed 400 channels off of YouTube that is all associated with this, and have also sent these 400 channels to local authorities to be looked into, because it does appear that they're child predators. And at the same point in time, if for some reason YouTube understands that they're fucking up on this, but they're trying to like censor certain wording, you have the ability to lose your channel right now if you use the 2 letters C and P together.
Thank God I don't do that.
Which a Pokemon channel got wrongfully terminated because theirs was like character points or whatever it was supposed to be, but YouTube looked at it from just a title aspect. They're using code.
I just realized what you meant. I was like, why does that even matter? And then I thought for a minute, I'm like,
the same can also be said for Club Penguin videos too.
Yes, so because apparently the reason behind that also with the YouTube situation, the reason behind that is that the pedophiles, or whatever you want to call, or however you want to put, these grown men that's doing all this stuff with the children and everything,
bears, whatever you want to call
the
it,
bears, however you want to put it, they're using code words, and that's one of the code words that they discovered that's being used is CP. So if videos are titled at the end with CP in it or whatever, they're automatically terminating the channel, because it could be a preference to use for basically a hidden code to the child pedophile ring to say this is a CP video. Come over here.
It's
for people that don't get it, just really think about it like I did.
YouTube's making a really bad move with this, personally.
You would think they are making a bad move, but in reality, I have to agree with the way how they're handling it.
I will agree as well.
Because the reason being is, what Matt is doing to try to get advertisers to remove their ads on YouTube, that's completely wrong in my personal preference. That's kind of like the Monica and Vic situation. That is him kicking the hornet's fucking nest. But with YouTube coming in and saying, look, this is how we're going to handle it, we are going to do a short-term strike, which means that we're coming in right now as hard as possible, attacking this situation, so that way we can eliminate this problem. Instead of, doing it within 6 months, we're going to do it within a week, because it needs to be done.
It has to be done.
It has to be done. And if someone, a content creator, gets caught up by accident, they're an innocent bystander to the situation. Consider this like war. Consider this like World War III in a sense, or World War II. How many innocent people got killed in battles like that? It will happen. The thing is that I do believe that YouTube, after you discuss it with YouTube and you have them review your channel, like for the Pokemon channel and everything, they'll bring it back up, because they do realize that they were an innocent bystander. It's just that they're doing a preliminary strike and they're just hitting every channel as a whole, rather than just scurry around. Okay, let's take a look at GameSpot TV. Let's take a look at all their videos. Then we're going to go ahead and spend the next day looking at Black Belt's videos. Then we're going to look at Devil May Cry's videos. Instead of doing something like this, they're just going ahead and automatically just hitting every channel at once, and then just after that go back and clean up the mess that they messed up. So that way they could try to stop. Now, what I'm going to say in this effect is it's a good strike, what they're doing, but in the long term of the scenario, it's not going to help none.
It won't.
Because let's be completely honest. If you got child predators and stuff like this that's looking at little girls on the gymnastic videos, and they have a timestamp and everything, yeah, you could block all their comments. It does not mean they can't go to a place like 4chan or Tumblr or whatever and make a whole new website that says, hey, look, click this YouTube video and here's all the stuff that you need for this video on this website.
Still messed up.
Yeah, I was just to say, there isn't honestly no way to stop fucked up people like that. And truth of the matter,
the only way you could stop it, and I understand, like, there's a woman that, she's furious because all her son's gymnastic videos was completely
They gotta fix that shit.
Honestly, you probably disagree with me, this Jose, but I believe that channel should be terminated.
Why?
because even though that is a parent and that is a child, YouTube, even though it's it's trying to be this family friendly market and stuff, like even my channel is not family friendly. YouTube was originally developed as a source of media to share along with a people. YouTube is more for adult-based content, not children content. If anything, if YouTube wants to do something like that, they should just, honestly, kids YouTube, fucking do kids.youtube.com. It's a whole different section only for kids that have an upload and everything, and then you can have it to that scenario. But honestly, YouTube is more, the majority of people that use YouTube is adults. And honestly, only adults should have the allotment to upload. And if you are a 13-year-old child, or you're going to upload a video of your 13-year-old child, even though you are legal consent, it should be removed, because then you should understand as a parent, and this is like with me, I probably will never ever put my son on YouTube or any kind of media that would be showcased to the public like this, because I don't want some perverted person to see him and get attached to that. So in likelihood, I would tell him that, oh, Daddy, I want to start a YouTube channel. You want to start a YouTube channel? This is how you gonna start a YouTube channel. No camera, just like me, complete audio. That's it. That's how you do it.
That's what I've been doing since.
Make it to where you protect the identity of children. That's what YouTube should consider doing. Is that
that's actually a pretty smart move.
Like, if you got gamers and stuff like this, if you see a kid that has a webcam that's playing Minecraft that is under the age of 18, remove the channel, remove the videos, and send the kid a warning saying, look, you want to post up your Minecraft videos? Do it without a camera, because you're not an adult. You have no idea what it is. It's just to protect the identity of children.
I mean, it honestly makes sense, because you don't really know people's age when hearing the voice. I mean, maybe, but...
And at the same point in time, I mean, if a parent gets pissed off that their children's videos of gymnastics is done, well, as a parent, you're allowing your child to be subjected to, like, pedophiles, like child predators. You're allowing your child to be publicly broadcasted, and they have no idea that what kind of dangers can come from that too, because I mean, if you want to, that's why, okay, YouTube content creators in this sense, you want to go ahead and show it to your family and do all this, that's what fucking Facebook's for.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I have a Facebook myself.
That is what Facebook's for. That's not what YouTube's for. YouTube is a place of entertainment and sharing content medium, yes. But when it's going to come down to children and different types of stuff like this, it's not made for that. If you want someone to have you want Grandma fucking Betty to fucking see little fucking Davy's fucking video of him getting
They're already going in about little Davy.
Yeah, I gotta bring little Davy. I gotta bring little Davy in, because little Davy wants to show mommy a video of Vic asking him the question if he's got a boyfriend. Do it on fucking Facebook, not YouTube.
I'm so happy you literally accept this name I gave the guy.
I fucking love it.
Legit
I fucking love it. Now, like I said, I'm gonna end like I said, I just wanted to touch base on that. I'm gonna end this stream here, so that way we can all get some sleep and everything. Tomorrow, if I do live stream, we are going to bring some more stuff about Vic. I actually want to do some more research, because I don't want to get into the Vic situation too much in a sense, but I want to go into more of the topic at hand, which will be based with it, is what is the medium of what's going on. Basically, what is the backlash is coming from this between Funimation? Because I found out, I didn't even know this, and I know it's old-ass news to a lot of people, but Funimation and Crunchyroll no longer have any fucking association with each other. Sony had fucking pulled that shit back in October 2018.
I know. I heard of this.
And Funimation right now is getting a whole hell of a lot of backlash because of the Vic situation. And we got YouTubers out there that's getting backlash against each other, that's fighting one another right now. And I want to cover that side of the information. I want to cover what is happening for the people who stand for Vic and stand for Monica, what is the cause and action that's going on with it? And I also want to make sure, because tonight was the last night for PizzaCon, what's going on, because I want to showcase a couple of different things about Monica, because apparently she got herself a new haircut, which we called the lesbian haircut.
You gotta see this.
She's got the lesbian haircut going on. She is completely looking like a man now. And at the same point in time, we're getting into the situation to where the next big thing that I found out is that PizzaCon or whatever got a bomb threat back a week ago. And they didn't report it till after like three or 4 days after they got the bomb threat.
What?
Which is very suspicious and everything else. No one got arrested from what I heard. No one's went harassed Monica from what I heard. So it seems like PizzaCon. It seems like PizzaCon pretty much at this point in time was bluffing their fucking way through a lot of stuff. There was people dressed as Brawley, Edward Elric, and that never got arrested and stuff like this. So PizzaCon apparently used it as a publicity stunt, it appears to me.
The whole thing was a publicity stunt.
Right. Funimation is making it harder apparently for fans to unsubscribe. Funimation is getting now apparently a lot of fucking hate by their ex-members who've been working there for like 8 or 5 years as backlashing. There's actually, and I would have to go find the article again. I found it the other day. I found it like last night or whatever, and I lost it. But there's an article that I want to actually find again and read to you guys. That a person who worked for Funimation for 8 years, that shows all his proof and everything that he's worked for the company for 8 years and just tells the insides of it all, is actually claiming that the entire Vic situation is a complete fraud. That apparently, with him in particular, that he knows that the lady Jamie Markey that we talked to apparently has a work husband, which I think April can clarify what a work husband means. Claims that the work husband is the one that pushed the entire subject, and he is one of the people that's the real higher up in the company to get Vic fired.
Basically, a work husband is a guy that you work with that acts like your husband at work, but you're really just good friends. Like I had a couple of those.
Broken Wing 777 says, "Hell, did you guys hear about NRS and their NDA? That shit was also crazy."
No, I didn't hear about that. I have to do some research. That's why I got a Discord. If you guys have any kind of topics you want me to cover, or you think it's worth covering, just post in Discord. Send me a tweet. Fucking put it in the comment section below. I will cover it. I mean, I covered Anime Jesus today. Now, did I not?
You did indeed.
I mean, we went through Anime Jesus, went through periods and stuff like this. I mean,
we went through periods.
And what I want to start doing also, and I'm going to alert everybody in these open discussions here, is what I'm going to start doing is, since there is no real news driven right now except for the Vic situation that is related within the gaming and anime community side, is I also want to start going ahead and looking for videos that is more recent and doing reactions to the videos with all y'all, in a sense. Like, make the podcast to where we're going to go react to, like, Social Justice Warrior, to whatever we believe. Like, tonight with the Dead or Alive scenario, where I wanted to get reactions. So that's something else I want to do, in a sense, in the future, is just let fans like you guys send in videos. We'll take a look at them, and we'll give our fucking opinion about that shit. And, like, true, honest fucking opinions. Like, not like, oh, we're going to research. All I want to do is, like, point blank shock. Let's just fucking do it blindside. What the fuck you think about this video? Be done with it. Do complete reactions. So, tonight we covered a bunch of things. The only thing I didn't cover, which I want to do today, but but like I said, a lot of shit delayed me. I will try to work on this week, because I do want to do an It's Anime Girl parody about Vegeta being a rape victim.
Oh god.
The fuck is that?
The fucking oh god, when I had to unmute myself to hear this shit.
So I apologize. It's late. I'm not doing the closing arguments or opinions like that tonight. I mean, it's just one of those things to which my mind's completely out there right now. I just want to end this. Everybody have a good night.
Literally a husky staring at his face, begging him to end it already.
Yes, pretty much. So we're all tired. You all have a good night. Take it easy. Hopefully tomorrow will be a better day.
Indeed, it will.
Peace.
Night.
And good night to everyone here. I fucking love bologna sandwiches.